Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Friday, April 21st, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORIONNWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Seattle Mariners live. Play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. So first pitch will be in about 12 minutes or so. So let's go over some of the photos and everything that we got kind of prepped and ready. We got the Paul Goldschmidt, Goldie, George Kirby. And this is pretty exciting because, just a few hours away, I will be in Seattle for Game 2 and Game 3 of this individual series. This will be Game 1. I don't know what's going to happen tonight, but I hope we can keep it competitive. Let's start it off with the St. Louis Cardinals. Leading off for the Cardinals at second base, Brendan Donovan. Batting second in the order, left fielder Alec Burleson. Batting third, first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. Batting fourth, third baseman Nolan Arenado. Batting fifth, catcher William Contreras. Batting sixth, DH Nolan Gorman. Batting seventh, center fielder Lars Nootbaar. Batting eighth, right fielder Jordan Walker. And batting ninth, shortstop Tommy Edman. On the mound for the Cardinals, Steven Matz. And let's get set up here for the Mariners. And one sec here. And I figured I had the other file in there, Wilson Contreras. Want to make sure we get everything. I was like, did I have it at Wilson or did I have it as the other? So I want to make sure we get that. Got to get that all correct. Had to rush with everything, so I think we're all good now. All right. So we got, let's see here. Let's start it back up. We got Brendan Donovan, Alec Burleson. Let's put the logo back up here. You got to make sure you got everything spelled correct. Got to make sure you got everything in order. So leading off, Brendan Donovan at second base. Batting second, left fielder Alec Burleson. Batting third, first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. Batting fourth, third baseman Nolan Arenado. Batting fifth, catcher Wilson Contreras. Batting sixth, DH Nolan Gorman. Batting seventh, center fielder Lars Nootbaar. Batting eighth, right fielder Jordan Walker. And batting ninth, shortstop Tommy Edman. All right, because I was going through that, and I was like, did I have the right Contreras name in there? And then as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, I think I have the wrong one in there. And guess what? I did. But, hey, you got to be able to at least catch it before the game rather than at the at-bats. So got to get it done there. Obviously, better to get it done in the pre-show rather than before the game starts. And then leading off for my Seattle Mariners, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, first baseman Ty France. Batting third, third baseman Eugenio Suarez. Batting fourth, right fielder Teoscar Hernandez. Batting fifth, DH A.J. Pollock. Batting sixth, left fielder Jared Kelenic. Batting seventh, catcher Tom Murphy. Batting eighth, second baseman Jose Caballero. And batting ninth, shortstop J.P. Crawford. And on the mound, one of my favorites on the team, George fucking Kirby. Let's go, baby. Let's get it. Goldschmidt, Kirby, Julio, let's go. I'm ready. NC Jolly in the building. What to do? How are you? Sarah in the building. How are you? Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's get that done. So many of the Contrerases. Let's go. And both of our teams have struggled, but it always can be a little bit more excitement, especially when you have people that, you know, you have a good vibe with and you're close with on the channel, and you know your teams are going against each other. And this is really a fair matchup. Both of our teams were supposed to be good right out of the gates. Both of us aren't. Both of us thought the pitching would be better than it is. It absolutely is not. The hitting is subpar for both of the teams. That's not what we expected. And then you see this matchup and you're thinking, well, the Cardinals will make the playoffs. The Mariners are going to make the playoffs. But I'll tell you what, when you end up looking at the records and you're like, how in the hell are both of us 8-11? But that's the harsh reality that we're in right now. But I mean, it's early. You can turn things around in May. And if you don't turn them around in May, you can turn them around in June. I still think both the teams can make the playoffs, but you definitely have to figure some shit out with the pitching. And obviously with some of the hitters in the lineup for us, it's typically the 7, 8, and 9 hole. I do like what Marco has been doing for us. Really, the only shitty one right now is Flexen. He might be the new Marco from back in the day. Then Marco from this year is actually quite good. Flexen is a liability. I'll be seeing him on Sunday, but at least I get Luis Castillo tomorrow. So should be hopefully an interesting matchup. I mean, with this particular matchup here, I mean, I'm not sure how many total hits or runs that we're going to get. Could end up being like a 4-3 kind of game, maybe higher, maybe lower. Tomorrow with Luis Castillo, I mean, he's got the lowest ERA in the league. It's like something ridiculous. Under 0.75. I ended up looking at the graphic a little while ago and whatnot, but it's a ridiculous graphic where it's like, under 1. Now, can we keep that up to, tomorrow when I'm there in Seattle? I hope so. And then we got Flexen on Sunday, who's our worst pitcher, which would mean more foul balls, more chances for memorabilia, probably for me on Sunday rather than on Saturday night. Yeah, he did. Definitely, we just need support, whether it's just people showing up, people sharing, people donating, people liking, people subbing. I mean, even if you're not going to show up for the stream, right, doesn't mean that you can't retweet it. Doesn't mean that you can't like some of the posts if you see them. Like every little thing matters. Every like matters. Every share matters. But, you can't control what other people do. And luckily, we still have people that are going to hold it down and that are going to represent us to the fullest. So, yeah, I ended up watching that with 13-0, a little payback from the 420 matchup with the grand salami in the ninth from James Outman, which was crazy. So you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Bellinger, it looks like he is, the change of scenery was good for him. And then we are getting literally identical production out of James Outman. So I think it worked out for both teams. It gave another famous name to the Chicago Cubs so their fan base can get excited that they got a name there, right? And then for us, you got the newer name with the James Outman, but he's proven that he's legit. So we'll see. I could see this going, 2 wins, for one team, obviously 1 for the other. I mean, I think the Castillo matchup, we got that one. And tonight's matchup is going to be the one. So if we can get it with Kirby, we're going to win the 2. And then you guys will take the one against Flexen. You know what I mean? But if you guys win tonight, then there'll be a good chance where you can win this one and the Flexen start. But I don't think you guys are going to beat us with the Castillo just because, I mean, it is possible, someone will rough up Luis, but he is the number 1 MLB pitcher right now in ERA. So, I mean, at this point, no disrespect to the Cardinals, but I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what team is going to rough them up. It could be you guys, but there's no way in hell that you guys are going to sweep us or we're going to sweep you. Both of our teams are shitty right now, but someone's got to be a little less shitty in these next 3 games. And I am excited for this matchup because we normally never get to see the Cardinals here in Seattle. And that's a reason why I will be in Seattle for game 2 and 3 in the set. So this will be the only game I do here on YouTube. I'll be in Seattle for Saturday night's game, trying to get a ball for me and my buddy Justin, and then I'll be there for Sunday, and then we will be back Monday, and then I'll stream Monday night, and we'll be able to hang out then. So ready to go. Let's get it. Let's go over the lineups here real quick if you just hopped in. Leading off for the Cardinals, second baseman Brendan Donovan. Batting second in left field, Alec Burleson. Batting third, first baseman Goldie, Paul Goldschmidt. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, third baseman Nolan Arenado. Who's better than Nolan? Not many. The only other one that's on that level is Manny Machado. Batting fifth, catcher Wilson Contreras. Batting sixth, DHing tonight, Nolan Gorman. Batting seventh, center fielder Lars Nootbaar. Batting 8th, right fielder Jordan Walker. Batting 9th, shortstop Tommy Edman. And on the mound for the Cardinals, Steven Matz. And for the Mariners, leading off center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, first baseman Ty France. Batting third baseman Eugenio Suarez. Batting fourth, right fielder Teoscar Hernandez. Batting fifth, designated hitter tonight, A.J. Pollock. Batting sixth, left fielder Jared Kelenic. Batting seventh, catcher Tom Murphy. Batting eighth, second baseman Jose Caballero. And batting ninth, shortstop J.P. Crawford. And on the mound, one of my favorites, George fucking Kirby. Let's go. Let's go. And maybe we can get some Julio plays out there in the outfield. I'm ready to go. I had to debut a new Julio. And we decided to use Goldie and Kirby today. Got to switch them up, you know. Can't use Julio on every thumb. Of course, I want to be able to get the Mariner awareness out there, for people that, are searching for MLB action. But you got to be able to switch it up. Can't always be Julio. You got to use the pitchers. I got to be able to use Logan Gilbert and George Kirby and Luis Castillo. That's a priority. And then every once in a while, flip in a Julio, maybe a big dumper Cal Raleigh, maybe a Ty France, maybe a Eugenio Suarez. So I'm trying to mix them up. Yeah, this season, obviously, but anything that we know this season compared to last, as we know, the teams are completely different. So, yeah, they might have some scouting on them, but Louise is trying to win the Cy Young this year. You know what I mean? Like, we already know Garrett Cole is always going to be in the conversation with the Yankees, and there's going to be a few others that are going to be competing. But with right now, at least even though we suck right now, and the Cardinals, they suck equally as well, even though we're 8-11, at least we got one of the best pitchers, top 5 in baseball right now, and it feels good. And I like Kirby. Kirby's our third best pitcher behind Logan Gilbert. He's got to make sure he steps up, though, because Marco is actually pitching well. The worst one that we have is Flexen, who's only filling in for Robbie Ray with the injury. And here we go with first pitch from Kirby. Right down the middle. Take that first strike, baby. Let's go. Let's go, George. We ain't fucking around today. Let's get it, baby. Donovan in the box with the first swing and a miss and another. No balls, 2 strikes for Brendan Donovan. I'll give you guys some love. I'll even get you guys your little Cardinal logo. .270 average for Donovan. 346 though in the last 7 games. Pitches low, 1 ball, 2 strikes from Kirby. I like being able to see new things, and I haven't been able to see a lot of these. A lot of these are brand new to the channel, so it's exciting for the fans and the newbies, but it's also exciting for me because you know how much I love visuals and the videos and the HD and the 4K and cool poses. I'm a big sports card collector, and I'm always looking for cool poses that look like baseball cards, like this one. Very cool. 1-2 pitch to Donovan. Chopper towards first base. Hurry! Yes! There we go. 1 away. 1 away. Next up for the St. Louis Cardinals, left fielder Alec Burleson. Batting .250, baby. 2 lefties, 3 righties, 2 lefties, a righty, and then a switch hitter with Edman at the end. Versatility. I mean, plus both of our teams are supposed to be like, I think maybe we thought both of our teams at the minimum would maybe be, flip the record around? Like maybe we're not the best in the division, but at least like a couple games above 500, 10 or 11 wins, 11-8 for both of our teams instead of 8-11. That would be a little bit nicer for us, right? It's been stressful. Like we watch these games, we're passionate, we represent. And the last thing we want to see is after being so great last year is starting off really poorly with pitching and situational hitting and certain guys in the lineup not producing. Chopper to second. 2 away. JP Crawford says, not today. Nice job, JP. My boy. Plus, also just knowing that, John, you and Sarah, and we'll have people that are fans of a particular team, and I'm going to enjoy those matchups even more when we can watch them together, create those memories and remember it together. I mean, instead of just watching anybody can watch a game yourself, but to be able to chat and to be able to kind of, go over reactions together of the game, it makes it special. I mean, somebody's got to come out with something here. Next up, we got Goldie, one of the best in the world. First baseman, Paul Goldschmidt. Come on, Kirby. Pitch is low, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Cardinal logo actually looks fire. Like, how a lot of them, they'll have like the baseball, or it'll be like circular. And I was looking for something like with the thumb so I could have like a circular photo with a circular photo to match the Mariner logo. But the only one I could find is kind of like this bootleg one that was like red. The circle was red, and it had the Cardinal stuff in the inside that was white, but that doesn't really match what you guys are about. This is the official logo that you guys use. So I'm like, I got to use what you guys actually have. It's clean. It looks good. It's fire. I mean, come on. Look at that. Beautiful. Great history for your guys' organization as well. Pitch is high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I mean, I remember being a little kid and watching, Ozzie Smith, the Wizard, Vince Coleman. I got those memories from, back in the day, and it's cool to be able to think back to that era when I was sitting on the carpet collecting cards and putting them in each team location. Chopper, 1, 2, 3 inning. There we go. I like it. Donovan, ground out. Burleson, ground out. Goldschmidt, ground out. Let's go, baby. Our turn. Let's go, George. Let's go. All right, our turn, baby. Let's go. And I want George to, I can't normally be like, I need 10 Ks out of George. Not yet. But like every goal for a top 3 pitcher, Castillo, Gilbert, and Kirby would be 10. But I think right now, since he's the 3rd best and he still has room to grow, he's only in his 2nd year with Julio, I think 8 Ks would be appropriate. And then once he starts getting into the groove and then people are actually debating if he's just as good as Logan Gilbert, then we can move that number up to 10, and we'll have 3 guys that we can shoot for 10 Ks every game, even though we're not going to get it every game. But you just want to have that mindset as a good pitcher. But hey, I'll take a 1, 2, 3 inning any day. Let's go, George. Nice job. Even though both of us are 8 and 11, we can still put up some runs. At least we would hope to think so. All right, leading off for the Mariners, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. And we got to give Julio the proper love. How many photos? 1 photo, 2 photos, 3 photos, 4 photos, 5, and maybe a few more. Hey, how about another one? 6. It's Julio, baby. Let's get it. Batting second, first baseman Ty France. And batting third baseman Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, Ems. Yeah, no one, obviously, GF didn't have work, had the day off today, so I got in the studio early. I made the thumb early, like, I was watching baseball early with that Cubs and that Dodgers, but I was already starting to prep at, like, I don't know what time, 10, 11, noon. I've been waiting all day for this game, baby. Let's go. Come on, Julio. 259 average, and I'm trying to get a Goldschmidt ball or an Otto ball, and Jordan Walker, Julio Rodriguez, France, Suarez, Kelenic. I gotta try to get 2, 1 for me, 1 for my friend. But if I only end up getting 1, and no matter how spectacular it is, like if I almost get hit in the head and I get a line drive and catch it with my hands, and it's from like Julio or Goldschmidt or Arenado, I'm gonna give it to my friend Justin. I already have plenty. I mean, I've gotten 2 AAA balls when I was 10. I got 3 baseballs in 7 games already. It's time for my guy who's been to over 100 Mariner and Dodger games in his life. He's never gotten a ball, never even gotten close. The closest he said he's gotten to a ball is by sitting with me. Either me getting one or me getting my fingers or hands on one, and it just tipped out of my fingers, 2-1 count to Julio. Big swing and a miss. 2-2 count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Come on, baby. But I would love to get him a Mariner ball. I mean, it would be cool to get him a Cardinal ball, and I think I would appreciate that more just because I'm going to, be there. But I want to be able to do something nice for this guy. He's literally the most genuine, nicest, I think almost kind of like a a lot of the traits that I feel that I have, he has them as well. And I just feel like the connection that we have it's so strong. We've never fought. We've never had issues. I can road trip with him. And that's when your friendship is on another level, when you have a road trip buddy. You can have drinking buddies and smoking buddies and stoner buddies, but will you go on a trip, to a game, maybe out of state or, having to drive 3 hours, stay at a hotel or motel or a friend's place? Are you willing to do that with someone else? That's not your significant other, Oh, what a catch by Newpar. Wow. I'll give him some love. Oh, my goodness. Lars. He's like, yeah, I learned that from Shohei. Apparently you did. Amazing catch. Julio, one away. My goodness. I wanted that for Julio. But, yeah, I want to be able to make a memory. And like I said, we got a really nice room. We're going to be, like 50 floors up. We're going to have a view of the bay, of the, the water area, planes, fucking ships. Helicopters. You get to see the, Pike's Place with the Ferris wheel. You look to your left, you can see both stadiums, Seahawks and Mariners. So, I mean, we're up there. And you get like 80-inch TV. Bathroom is wild. Everything is like touch in the room. It's gonna be incredible. I mean, if we're gonna go like once a year, we're gonna make an event of it and try to make it nice. And seats we have are really good, right off first base, right in that money section where I know where you need to be. And the sweet spot is usually about, I would say 13 to 20 rows back. You don't want to be too close, but you don't want to be too far. Popped, foul. And this is a perfect spot for a foul. Whoop. But we're about, I think, 13 rows back. And I'm right on the aisle. And he knows that that'll be my seat because I'll be the one that runs up and down the aisle if need be, if I need to try to get a ball. And that's a big part of seating too. Why go to a game and sit in the fucking middle, right, when you can't get a ball unless it comes right to you? And what are the chances of that happening? 1 in a billion. And that happened to me with Aaron Judge. But it's rare, right? Or being on the aisle and actually being able to move out of your seat if need be. France popped up. 2 away. Mats, I see you. 2 up and 2 down for the Mariners. Pop up for Julio. Newt Barr with a great catch. Another pop up there for Ty France. Two away. Next up, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, baby. Elliot in the building. What to do? How are you? Padres played today. What's going on with them? What's good, bro? I was actually thinking about you, and I was going through Instagram, and I saw that Mick got his first apartment with his girlfriend. Congrats to him. Let him know if you talk to him next time. I said, "What's up, man?" Congrats to him, man. I know, when you end up being younger, that's a big deal. Pitch is high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cyberpunk in the building, always being cyber. We were messaging each other different wrestling figures while he was browsing and shopping earlier today. Went into a toy section and started, shooting off a few different photos of WWE, WWF, like legend ones, elites, AEW. It made my day, man. I can't really go to stores. I'm always busy grinding and whatnot. And it was just cool to see like what a Walmart, Target type store has for wrestling figures nowadays. Wow. Got him looking. All right. I see you. All right, Steven, I'll give you some love. Nice job. He retires the side just as easily as Kirby did.
Winning the $56,000 price appliance upgrade at Northern Quest could change a lot about your kitchen, but eating your feelings in front of the fridge at 2 a.m.
Let's go to the top of the second.
Still on you.
Knotted up at 0.
$56,000 appliance upgrade at Northern Quest every Thursday in April.
Next up for the St. Louis Cardinals, third baseman Nolan Arenado. Batting second, catcher Wilson Contreras. Glad I caught the name change with the first name with that one and not his brother. I was like, I looked at the file and I was like, this has got the wrong name with the photo. I was like, I got to correct this. And batting third, DH Nolan Gorman. I know a lot of Cardinal fans like Nolan a lot. And I know he was starting to lead on some of the statistics and whatnot. So, I mean, it's nice to be able to, have a surprise. You just got to get everyone else caught up in the lineup. All right, come on, George. Let's go, baby. My guy, Cyberpunk. My dude. I mean, they got caught, but you got to think there's a lot of dumb people. Even after the year ban with Calvin Ridley, you get people that are, betting and, maybe not betting on football, but if they're doing it at the complex, betting on other sports. I mean, sports betting, I guess it can be good if you're good at it. But I mean, there's a reason why sports betting, they're trying to open it up everywhere because usually the house doesn't lose that often. And they're going to be taking a lot of people's money where they think that they know what they're doing. And, they might win once in a while, but they're not going to tell you how many times they lost. Just like when people, play the lottery and scratch offs and shit. Oh, man, I won fucking $1,500. But how much did you fucking have to put into that machine? When you were at Dottie's and you were smoking cigarettes and you were playing the machines, the poker machines, when you won $1,500, how much did you lose before you got to that point? Oh, $3,200? Oh, but you didn't mention that, and that's kind of how it is. I mean, once in a while you'll have a friend get lucky, and win some big money, but a lot of times those people, they get in deep, man. Only want to remember the good times. Of course. I think I could get just as many as him, but I wouldn't be a dickhead about it. And I don't have these connections, and I'm not going, on the railing and everything. I mean, I know my secrets on where I need to go to be able to get a ball, but I let the ball come to me. I don't try to get the balls flipped to me before anyone is there. I could give a shit about that. I want to get a ball that is a home run ball or a foul ball. I want to fucking scrap. I want to fucking, jump up and try to catch it, scrap on the ground. I want to be able to try to earn it, You know what I'm saying? And then if you end up getting one flipped to you, you just hope that, that you got good enough hands to catch it. And, getting a baseball is the coolest thing that you possibly can get. You're not getting an NBA ball. You're not getting a fucking NFL ball unless you were a kid in the front row at a Panther game and Cam Newton decided to fucking dab you up and hit the dab and hand you a ball. But at that point, you're already fucking rich. You don't even deserve to have the ball. You're sitting in front row seats that are like $1,400, or more. It's like, give it to the kid that's way at the top. But still a cool thing that he did. And we just fucking beaned Contreras. Come on, George. Contreras got beaned there in the shoulder. He'll go to first. Next up, DH Nolan Gorman. You would think that people would be smart enough to learn what happened to Ridley, but it shows you, there's a lot of people out there that are just fucking stupid. They don't got good people, around them, saying, hey, bro, that's probably not a good look. And then if you do that, since you are in the league, so you don't get in trouble, let's do it in my name. Let's do it in the friends. So there's nothing tied back to you. I mean, is it that hard? Unless you don't trust your friend and you think that if you do win, they're going to steal all your money. That's probably why these guys, did it with their own. But they have to understand they're idiots. Everything that you do with those things are linked to your social and your bank account. Because if you win, where the fuck do you think the money goes? Dumbasses. They have all that information, that way they know who's who. 0-1 pitch. Fouled back for Gorman. No ball, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the second. 0-0. Runners on first and second for the Cardinals. Yeah, I don't watch his channel, but I've seen him, get baseballs. I've seen him be an asshole and steal some from a lot of people too. And I've never done that. So, but I'll tell you, the thrill of seeing a baseball come at you in slow motion. It's like, how you hear players like, NBA guys or college guys are like, yeah, when I started playing and then I got really good, things started kind of being in slow motion. Like they started doing crossovers and the game just came so much easier to them. Like if you go back and look at old Iverson and Kobe interviews. And I feel that in sports, sometimes that does happen because every time I've gotten a ball in Seattle, I felt like time's kind of stopped and everything was kind of in slow motion. And it was like, I don't know, the sports gods were handing me this special opportunity. And they're like, all right, here you go, O-Dog. This is your one chance in the game. Don't fuck it up. You're either going to get it or you're not. And, yeah, just luckily I've been 3 for 3 in that situation. So, all right, what's going on here? Something going on with Root Sports. Get your shit together. Come on, man. I don't need any fucking pausing or delays here. Get your audio and your video feed on point here. No delays. No delays for Sarah and Odog. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 2-2 pitch. Oh, got him. Let's go. Struck him out. I like it. I like it. Next up, center fielder, Laz Nupa. Come on, George. Like, think about how much of a fucking moron you'd have to be to do that. And the one that gets hurt, you know, maybe not the most, but they need him, is Jameson Williams. The guy could have been the first wide receiver picked in the draft if he didn't tear his ACL, you know, earlier in the previous year, obviously in the championship game. Guy's got a fuckload of potential. It's only 6 games for him rather than a full year. But it's like, what are you thinking, dude? Like with the other guys, whatever, you know, you could be backups or other like rotational guys, but you would think certain people would have better people in their corner, but it also makes you wonder, you know, are they smoking? Are they drinking? Like, what made you get to this point? Were you not sober and that's why you did it? Or were you completely sober and you're just a fucking moron and you did it? You know, I think alcohol and, you know, maybe smoking might have something to do with some of them. Them getting too comfortable with their decisions. 2 away. Runners advance to second and third. 0 for 7. He'll get something going eventually. Yeah, and also too, even the gambling sites after Ridley, you know, that interview came out, they said that within FanDuel and those, you know, DraftKings, they actually have people that are, you know, as soon as they see the name, it gets red flagged immediately if it's a player in the sport, and then boom, the account is flagged right there, like immediately. Back. Oh, over his head. Wow, here comes 1 run for the Cardinals, 2 runs for the Cardinals. Stand-up double for St. Louis. My goodness, Jordan Walker. Might have to try to get a ball at Jordan this weekend. Nice job. All right, Cardinals, there you go. Cardinals fans are like, about time. Great job. And it's against our third best pitcher, so props. This is not against, like, you know, Flexen or Robbie Ray, you know, Marco, even though Marco's been pretty good this year. Nice job. George is still solid. But again, that's only his second year. So, you know, anytime you got guys that are young, you're going to have growing pains like Julio and George Kirby. But there's so much potential. 1-0 pitch for Tommy Edman. I like this photo of Tommy. I specifically picked it too for him, like playing defense. And I was like, ooh, with the baseball in the frame. I was like, I've seen a lot of baseball photos, but that is one of my favorite ones that I've been able to kind of scoop up. Very cool. 274 average for Tommy. Career highs in home runs and RBIs last season. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So what is the channel in your guys' hometown to catch local Cardinal games? Is there a particular network or like we have Root Sports out here for Oregon and Washington. What is your guys' network called out there for St. Louis Cardinal baseball? 1-2 pitch from Kirby. Pitch is low and outside. 2-2 count. Come on, George. Marco. Bally Sports Midwest. What do you think about Bally Sports Midwest? Do they have good announcers for the Cardinals, or do you not like them? Sometimes they rotate guys on our channel where they, you know, will do radio and some guys will do the TV. They like swap them out. But everyone that the Mariners have is good. So we're actually kind of blessed. We don't have Dave Sims because he's no longer alive. Rest in peace. My, oh my. But I really do like the collection of guys that the Mariner organization has. I mean, if you have terrible announcing, it makes it harder to watch for sure. Kirby, 3-2 pitch, popped up for Edman, right to Teoscar Hernandez. All right, well, you guys got the nice RBI there from Jordan Walker, going to the bottom of the second with a 2-0 lead. Nice job. Even though Jordan Walker might be 35 years old like Greg Oden. Like you looked at Jordan Walker and Greg Oden coming out of like college or coming into the pros, they already look like they're 30, 35 years old, but supposedly 20 something. Nice job. Well, nice electric start for the Cardinals. I hope the Mariners can match that. Before the game started, after that inning. Fuck. All right. Time for us to do something, I hope. Leading off for the Mariners, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Batting second, designated hitter, A.J. Pollock. Batting third, left fielder, Jared Kelenic. And the nice thing is, I feel with me too, since I'm not an asshole and biased, like I actually get excited for like, you guys, for your guys' teams. I know what it takes to be, a fanatic and, being able to put in that time and that energy and buying the merch and watching the team suck and lose. And, it's always good to, be able to stick with the team through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And, we got fans that are Cardinal fan, Yankee fans, Braves fans, Padre fans. So it's just kind of nice. I can pretty much root for anyone that's a fan of any team except one, and it's Houston. So if you're a Houston fan, that's fine, but you're never going to have me root for them ever, plain and simple. But for everyone else, you will get love from me, and I still will be cordial. I still will do Astros games, especially if they're playing the Mariners or if it's a good matchup. But the cheating thing, and then to act like it's not a big deal, kind of like with the Patriot fans acting like they didn't do anything wrong. I mean, you got to at least like admit that you cheated, but I guess that's just how society is now, huh? Who, Devin Williams, huh? 0.146, lowest expected average allowed in the MLB since 2022. Diaz, 0.149. Helsley, 0.153. Fourth for the Cardinal pitcher. Daniel in the building. What to do? Check swing. Fouled. 2-1 count. Teoscar batting 240, 3 home runs and 10 ribbies so far this season. Started off very slow, and we were angry. But then we figured out that A.J. Pollock and Colton Wong are 10 times worse, so we had to kind of keep it cool. And then he started to kind of get into a rhythm. But he is one of those guys, to me, that's kind of like a Max Muncy. It's either going to be all or nothing. A lot of strikeouts, but when he's on, he'll be on, and he'll go yard. And but there's going to be a lot of frustration where you're going to get a lot of games of probably 0-4 or 1-5 or 1-4, when we would appreciate a lot of 2-5 games or 2-4, but he's just not that player, at least not yet. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go, 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 go. Stand-up double for Teoscar Hernandez. He said, "Oh, dog, I want to make sure I get off on a good foot early." Bang! There we go. No home run, but guess what? Guess what, no strikeout, and I appreciate you. There we go. You already know when Teoscar is getting a stand-up double right down the third, right out of Arenado's reach. I mean, 9 times out of 10, he gets that. But it was just the velocity, the exit velocity on that. Nice job. Next up, designated hitter, A.J. Pollock. I mean, Colton Wong has been so fucking bad. He's already been replaced. So we gave him a shot, but you can't start off a season going like 1 for 44 and you've only had 2 or 3 hits all year. I mean, we've gone through how many games so far? Like 19? I mean, Jesus. I mean, you can't be 19, 20 games in with only 2 hits when there's certain guys that get that a game. So that definitely was a mistake. I don't know if he'll be able to bounce back, but Jose Caballero, I like him. JP Crawford needs to step up at shortstop in the box, but we like his defense. So, and I don't mind Colton Wong's defense. He just is terrible in the box. Pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes to A.J. Pollock. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Bottom of the second, 2-0. Cardinals up. 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Fucking A. AJ? Struck out with the fake check swing. Terrible. Next up, left fielder, Jared Kelenic. Yeah, maybe that was the last time he was good. I mean, I don't like rooting for guys to suck, especially when they're on my team. You know, everyone's going to have these certain guys that they're like, fuck that guy, Dylan Brooks. Fuck that guy, Draymond. You know, you'll have those certain people that just hate certain guys that maybe talk shit too much, right? But it's like when guys are struggling, and you know, normally they're good guys on and off the field, and you know, they're a good defender. It's just that maybe they lost their confidence, or maybe they're just, you know, in a slump. I'm always going to root for guys to bounce back. I hate seeing people struggle in life, you know, and that's why, you know, this Jared Kelenic story is so special to me because, like I said, even guys like Reflect who come on the channel and a few other Mariner fans were like, get rid of him. And I'm like, no, I believe in him. And now it's starting to show that it is the right choice. Bang, baby. There we go. Jared Kelenic with an RBI. Woo! Let's go. I mean, especially when you got guys like Caballero, Crawford, Murphy, La Stella, Pollock, Wong. I mean, we need guys to be on the team. And yeah, Kelenic ain't going nowhere. Nice job, Jared. 2-1 Cardinals. Here we go. Here we go. Maybe we'll get to 5 to 7 runs in this game. And then maybe tomorrow's game with Castillo, maybe will be like a 2-1 game, something like that. And then the third game with Flexen could be like a 9-7 type game just because the pitching might not be so good. So far, you guys look like the team that might be able to take 2 out of 3, but we're going to battle here. And I'm excited, man. Like I said, I don't know how many games I'm going to be able to go to this year with the finances being the way that they have. I mean, obviously paying rent and bills is definitely going to come before, you know, being able to do anything for myself. But if this is the only 2 games that I get to go to this year, I'm going to have a fucking fantastic time. And I'm going to do everything in my power to get a baseball or 2 or 3 or 4. I guess it just depends on, you know, because I want kids to be able to get baseballs first. You know, I want them to get it first, but usually there'll be like one opportunity for an adult, you know, and that's got to be me. So I got to just, you know, be you know, ready, not be drunk, not be too, you know, just be aware, not on my phone. And usually I'm in a sweet spot. So I got the right spot to be in, and I'm on the aisle. So I think there'll be a good chance for a foul ball or 2 or 3. And then I also think there's a big swing and a miss, struck him out, Tom Murphy, which is no surprise. At some point, he'll get hopefully DH for Cal Raleigh. But I think that I'll have an opportunity, maybe 1 or 2 opportunities for a foul ball in each game. That'll be like really close to me. And I think there's going to be probably 3 chances, maybe more, to be able to get a ball after an inning ends. And that typically will be JP Crawford or someone that will throw it behind the Mariner dugout. And I'm going to be in a spot where I know he's going to see me too, because I'm going to be wearing the hat. I'll have the bandana. I'm going to have the chain. I'll be wearing the Julio or the Griffey. And fuck, I look young, you know, so he might just think that I'm just some big fucking kid. You're like, oh, throw it to the big kid back there. I'll be like, thanks, I'm 40. I'll take that. Appreciate you. But I have a pretty good feeling that there will be a good opportunity. And if I only get 1 out of the 2 games, I'm going to give it to my boy Justin. I mean, he's been to way too many games, and he needs to have that memorabilia. Now, like I said, it'd be really cool if he could get it himself, or if I could like tip it to him, you know, like the ball's coming and I just kind of tip it into his lap and he's like, oh my God, I got it, you know? So it's like a 100% his effort. Like he got the ball 100%, but at this point, I don't think he even cares. He's like, oh dog, you're a honey badger. Just get me a ball. So, and his birthday, my birthday are around the same time. That's why we're going on this trip. So I'm definitely going to be a honey badger, and honey badgers don't give a fuck. Jose Caballero, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, Jose. Big swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Come on, Jose.
He's filled in for JP Crawford, made several nice plays over there. Just another nice
Yeah, he's number one, Elliot. You can look it up. I think it's, like 0.73 or something. I mean, there's another person that's right next to him that's like 0.75. I mean, things might have been adjusted since the games have happened today, but like going into today's games, he was number one. So yeah, let's get to 100 in donos, and maybe I'll go live when I'm up there. And last time I went live, people were sending donos for beer money and food money. So I think my buddy wants to drink more than me, though. Because like I said, if I get faded, like when I went last time and I dropped the Edgar Martinez, statue thing, and you know what I mean? Like I didn't have any opportunities in the first game, but in the second game I had like 4. So 3 kids, got balls, and then I got the one, so the Julio one. And that was the only foul ball in the section in our area the whole game. So it's like you got one opportunity, from a big time sports gods moment, and it's either you're paying attention or you're not. And a little bit of maybe luck, being in the right place or right time. But Jose, little dribbler. Ooh, Goldschmidt just got him out. End of the second inning, 2-1 Cardinals.
Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach, and why over 10,000 local steel dealers are putting battery power in the hands of Americans.
Well, at least we have runs, and it's not boring like 0-0, like, for like 5 or 6 innings. Like at least we got some hits, some RBIs, so a little excitement to start it off. So not necessarily good for George, and his ERA and his confidence. But I mean, you guys are a team that I feel that's better than your record. And I think you guys probably think the same for us as well. So yeah, I'm excited. And like I said, we never have issues. And normally we take the train up there, which is actually a beautiful, so we take a lift to Portland, and then we hop on the train from Portland, and it takes us from there all the way to Seattle. So it takes like about 30 minutes longer by car. So it's instead of like a 3-hour car ride, it's like 3 hours and 30 minutes because there's a few stops in between. And it's when you're in the train, it's actually pretty fancy train. So it's not like you're crammed in there and you're uncomfortable and whatnot. But he got a newer used car from the old car that he had. And that was the reason that we didn't drive really before. And so we're going to go that route. Got the jerky, got the chips, got the snacks, getting all jacked up on Mountain Dew. And, I guess he went to dispensary, and yeah. So it'll be a fun trip. And then we're going to be able to go to that Nashville hot chicken place, the Sisters and Brothers. And this is the best Nashville hot chicken, the best chicken place in the Northwest, in Oregon, in Washington, in Seattle. So I would drive 3 hours just to eat there. And they got the homemade mac and cheese with bacon. It's just incredible. And I haven't got to eat there in a few years. So I'm really excited. I'll probably post that on Instagram, and so you guys can kind of take a peek, but it is insanely good. I've never had chicken like that before. Crispy, savory, sweet, and then they have different levels, like the naked, and it goes up to like 5 levels. I think I did the naked version a couple years ago, and I was sweating. But it's so delicious. And you don't even have to be stoned to enjoy it, but hell, we probably will be. Yeah, all the spices, dude. Yeah, but my buddy's gonna bring vodka. Like he's not gonna do the Jaeger bomb thing last time, because last time I went into it too heavy, and we drank like 3/4 of the fifth. Had like 6 beers in the room, and then like 10 or 12 tall boys, like 6 apiece. And by the time it was the 7th inning, I was fucking toasted. I was like, fuck, I feel sick. I think we might need to leave. And the game at that point was like 7-7. And my buddy's like, no, we can't leave. And I'm like, fuck, I feel terrible. So I'm not going to do that. And then I got focused, had soda, water, ate normal food. And then that's when I got the Julio ball the next day. And I almost got a couple that particular day. So we'll see. With Luis Castillo pitching, I probably won't have that many opportunities. Maybe one opportunity for a foul, and maybe one from JP Crawford. I know they're going to see me down there, because I'll be dressed up different than everyone else. So, everyone will be able to see. So I think there'll be a good opportunity there. But if I do end up getting one tossed to me and it goes out of my fingers and a kid gets it, well, fine. But as long as an adult doesn't get it, I want to make sure a kid gets it. I don't want to be the guy that loses one to another adult. Not that guy. But I really feel if I'm focused and I'm ready, I should be able to make something happen. But the second game with Flexen pitching, since he's our worst pitcher, that's the game where, hell, there might be 4 opportunities for me in that game, or maybe more, just depending on the foul balls. If you have shitty pitching and the game ends up being in like a 9-7 kind of game, there's going to be more opportunities for souvenirs. So Shikitoshi Hasagawa, the former Mariner, in the booth here. Wow. All the Mountain Dew. All jacked up on Mountain Dew. And Mountain Dew's got all the good flavors. Code Red, the blue. It's like I don't think I've ever had a bad Mountain Dew. Haven't had one in a while, but typically I'll go Code Red first. Icy cold, Code Red first. But original Mountain Dew is nice too. Top of the third, Cardinals 2, Mariners 1. But I'm really excited about the food, the room, and my buddy's like, he'll probably bring like some kind of video game system. So we'll have this 80-inch TV that's got my fucking name on it. Like you go in this room in this like baller fucking like 5-star hotel, right? You can't even get up into the elevators without the card. You have to you push the button to go up the floor. It won't work. You have to scan your card and then hit the floor. So then if you get someone that's like stalking you or some drunk ass, they can't follow you because they don't have the card and they won't be able to go up without scanning it, which is pretty baller. But then you go in the room and then on the TV, it's got like the name on it scrolling and like all the amenities, all like the movie channels, and bathroom is just fucking like some Kim Kardashian, like some high-end bathroom for some like millionaire. It's fucking sweet, dude. You like touch on the mirror and there's like different levels of when it lights up, and it's like almost like picture frame. So it's like a picture frame inside a picture frame, and like it's like marble granite, like everything is just fucking baller, man. The best part is the view though, because that's usually why we pay the big money. We pay like, $300-400 a night, is because we want to make sure we're up there like 50 floors. So that way we can see the water, we can see the stadiums, we can see the airplanes and the helicopters and just all the scenery of the ships going by. It's really fucking relaxing. And then it's got like a little area where you can stand up on the glass. And you go just kind of, and then you can also lay down there, and just kind of chill. It's very cool. Better than just looking at buildings or the street, So we could have got a room for like 100 or 200, but I don't want to stare at a fucking nothing, stare at the street, stare at a building. There we go. Nice job, Kellenick. Top of the third, 2-1 Cardinals. Matt in the building. What's good? Right. Well, the thing is, I make my own destiny. I feel that like I said, it's not something that I just inherited. I mean, I already had these Honey Badger skills when I was 10, and I got 2 baseballs for AAA Portland Beavers, who back then was the Minnesota Twins affiliate. And, I sprained my ankle twice to get both of those baseballs. But again, it was something that I was just a Honey Badger, and I wasn't going to let the other kids get them. I remember the first ball I ever got, I had to compete with like 4 or 5 other kids, sprained my ankle really fucking bad, but I got it. And then the other one that I got, I had to compete with like 20 because it was like a foul ball towards first base and you had to run. And then there was like a flap, like a part where they cut off the seats. And it was like, flags. And you had to lift open the flags and go under it, the plastic flag that they had it roped off. And then you had to keep running. And I was running with like 20 other kids. And then I got both baseballs autographed afterwards and whatnot from like, AAA players and some guys that went up to the Twins. But I've always had that kind of Honey Badger mentality. So I already had 2 by the time I was 10, and then 3 in 7 games just within the last couple years. I would say 5 in my life. That's more than most people get. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Goldschmidt, sit down. Heck yeah, all-star game. All right, let's go to the bottom of the third. Cardinals 2, Mariners 1. But I don't really got to worry about like a lot of the adults, getting baseballs. Because, there's going to be fans that are like me that, all they want to do is just bring something back. And I always buy something when I go to a game, like as a backup, if I don't get a ball. Like I'm thinking, okay, but I don't really think like that. But, I'm like, okay, I got to get a Julio shirt. I always want to make sure I bring something back. And usually I'll buy a t-shirt, cut off the sleeves when I get home. And, it'll be a Cool Mariner one or a Julio one, so that way I'll have that. But it just so happens like whenever I buy the shirt, I usually get the ball pretty soon after. I don't know how to explain it. It's just kind of weird. I just kind of have these weird kind of feelings on when I need to like get up or like go to the restroom or come back. And it's just weird with the timing. Cause like when I got the Julio ball, it was in the 9th inning. I went to go take a piss. I went to go up and I went up there and the guy in front of me, right, he went up there with his kid as well. And I found it was full. And then the next guy that was going into one of the crappers was like some old guy that was like 100. And I'm like, oh, hell, I'm never going to get in here. So I said, fuck it. And I was like, I'll let the other guy wait. I'm going back down because the Mariners were up, right? And then, I was like, I took a picture at the top, of the concessions and just like looking down. And I just had this weird feeling come over me, like something crazy is going to happen. And I took a picture of just, the backdrop of T-Mobile, kind of how you see behind me there, just like, right at the concessions, right at the top. Am I walking down to our seats that were like maybe 15 rows, down in the 100 level. And then as soon as I get to my seat, right, literally 30 seconds later, Julio Rodriguez comes up, foul ball, bink, hits the pole, boink, boink. It bounces, lands in the seat in front of me, right, where the guy was sitting when he went to go take a shit or piss with his kid. And then the wife was like, oh, there was a foul ball that was hit. And he's like, really? And he's like, who? Julio. His eyes got all big. And he's like, where did it land? And she's like, your seat. I've never seen a guy so frustrated in his life. So moral of the story, if you're at a baseball game and you need to take a shit or a piss, don't. All right. You got to make sure you stay there. And if you, and like I said, if the bathrooms are full, don't stay too long. Go back to your seat because you never know. You can hold your piss for a little bit. Boom, you get a Julio ball, and then you can go to the restroom after. But if I would have stayed up there in the bathroom, I don't even know if Justin would have been able to get the ball. He was sitting right next to me, but I'm not sure if he would have been, fast enough to react. And it's crazy too, because every time when I go, I never bring a glove and I'm in slides. So people are like, dude, you don't even bring a glove. You're wearing like fucking socks. But I just, I want to be comfortable when I'm at the game. So every time I go, I'm always wearing slides. I never bring a glove. I'm just a fucking honey badger, and honey badgers don't give a fuck. So I got to get a ball for my boy Justin. I want his birthday to be great. I think he's more excited than me though, because he works like Batteries Plus for like the corporate side. So he calls all these corporate businesses and gets them for like the new batteries for boats or computers or any kind of technological shit that he's got going on. So he's making, good money, but he gets stressed out and works a lot. And so I think like, this is going to be a really good vacay, for him. And like I said, we only get to hang out a few times a year. And this is going to be a really fun, special trip. But I've never gone into a game like really being like, I'm going to get 2. It's normally like I'm going to get 1, and then it happens. But if I, get reduced to 1, no matter how killer it is, and I get on Sports Center and, it's a line drive at my head and somehow I catch it barehanded and they show me on there, I got to give it to them, even if it's Julio, because I already got a Julio ball, and what a better way to get him a Julio ball. Popped up. Julio. Yes, there we go. Speaking of Julio, my man, baby. Woo! Bottom of the third, 2-1 Cardinals. Julio with a little blooper. And when the Julio ball and the Aaron Judge and the Kike Hernandez, like I said, when it was like coming straight at me, it's almost like it's not real. Like you see you're watching the game, you see the check swing, you see the ball coming like right at you, and you can't believe it. Like it's really coming, like you're going to have a shot at it, and you almost get in like a little bit of a shock. Like like I've talked it into existence, and it's really happening. It's like I'm either going to fuck up and drop it, or I'm going to be the guy that gets it. And luckily, I've been the guy that gets it every time. So. But I already knew that I was going to get a ball in that game when I was with my friend, because in the 3rd inning, J.P. Crawford threw a ball up and I jumped and it bent my finger back and almost fucking broke it. Damn it. Double play for the Cardinals for France. Nice job. Ty France, so I dribble right there into the fucking guy. Why? Nice double play for the Cardinals. But it's like in that particular game, J.P. Crawford threw one up in the 3rd inning and I jumped and it bent both of my fingers back because he just threw it too high. It was probably meant for like, 3 or 4 rows behind me, but I changed the trajectory because I hit it. And then my buddy's like, "Oh my God, dude, you almost got it." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude, we're going to get a ball still." And that was in the 3rd. And then I had to wait to the 9th. But again, if I would have stayed in the bathroom, I would have missed my opportunity. And I don't even know if my buddy would have been able to get it, And he's not like slow, you know what I mean? But I guess in baseball, it's like one of those things. If you don't react within the first like half second or second, you're not getting the ball. There's going to be some drunk guy or some kid that's fucking right at your ankles, and they're already nom, 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 nom. They're already like right there. They're just waiting for you to drop it. And that, like I said, when I ended up going that last time, I think I saw 4 other adults try to get a baseball, and all of them dropped it, and kids swooped it literally like a second. Like as soon as it goes out of their hands and it hits the ground, boom. I mean, that motherfucker is gone. You have no chance. And then especially if there's a couple kids, then they'll be like beating each other up for the ball. So hell yeah. And Preston, he brings the glove, but I really feel it's cheating. If you can't get a glove and slides and fucking just your bare hands, you don't deserve to get the ball. It deserves to go to the kids. You know what I mean? How many kids you see bring mitts? Some, because obviously they do the little league thing, but I feel like you get a lot of like adults that bring mitts because they can't fucking catch and they don't believe that they're athletic enough to get one without one. And it's like, how often do you actually see like an older person that's like 40 or up actually be an adult and get a ball, with the mitt? I mean, every once in a while, like I did see a Santa grandpa get one in the outfield in a game like 2 games ago for like the Dodgers. But I mean, it's pretty rare. You already know it, baby. Wild pitch, it goes straight to me. I'm going to be in the 13th row, bro. I got same seats both games. So I'm not necessarily going to make a sign, which I probably should, like some NWSF sign or whatever, but top of the 4th, 2-1 Cardinals, dribbler. 1 away. Arenado swinging on that first pitch strike.
That's what we're used to seeing with Nolan Arenado here at T-Mobile Park. Going into his first at bat, he had the lowest on-base percentage at any ballpark of any player at Bucko 9, and then that blocked them to 128 after his last hit.
But I don't know. Like some people think it's luck. I don't know. I think it's kind of destiny. You know what I mean? Like the weirdest one was the first one. Because I actually predicted that, I'd have to, if I got to get past the grandma or grandpa, whatever, and I literally had to do that to get the ball. And I predicted that like 10 years prior. I was like, yeah, when I get to go to a, Mariner game, it's like, I'm going to get a ball and whatever, grandpas, grandmas, whatever, if I got to slide by him and get the ball, I'm going to get a ball. And all my friends laughed. And then literally like 10 years later, I go to the game with the Dodgers, and the Mariners, and it's the first inning. And the guy walks up, the usher, he says, "This is a foul ball zone area. Keep your head on a swivel," right? Walks away. 15 seconds later, the ball comes, hits the guy in the mitt, drops it, hits the guy in the mitt, drops it, goes to the ground. I slide past the grandma and grandpa, grab it with my left hand, my offhand. The guy fucking gives me, boom, one of those, right? Knees hit the fucking steps, bleeding for 9 innings. But your boy got the ball. I don't know, weird shit like that. Like that's a little bit too eerie and specific to be able to predict that was going to happen, and it did. Like, what are the chances of me sitting next to a 90-year-old grandma and grandpa, and I had to slide past them to get the ball? The other 2 people were in the front row on the aisle. I was 3rd in, and I still got the ball. So that was probably the most difficult, but I still got the knee wounds, the scars to prove it. So, all right, let's go to the bottom of the 4th. I'm super excited to be able to see the Cardinals. I've never seen the Cardinals in person before, and they got Hall of Fame players. I mean, it would have been cool to see, Yadier Molina and Albert Pujols and whatnot, or like Waino, if he wasn't hurt and whatnot. But I mean, you still got Goldschmidt and Arenado, who are Hall of Famers, and then you got a lot of these up and coming players: Donovan, Gorman, Jordan Walker. So it's like, if they can just get the pitching going, I can definitely see Seattle and St. Louis in the playoffs. So. Yeah. Plus, I look young. Every time I go to the grocery store, if they like take my ID and then they like, I'm 40 or whatever, like you should see the looks that I get. They like laugh at me. They think I like fucking like have a fake ID or something. They're like, dude, you're not fucking 40. Stop. I mean, I always feel like I have like a young, passionate personality of a college kid. You know what I mean? So I'll have the knowledge of like an older person, but I just feel like my overall vibe and energy is going to be of someone that's, you know, much, much younger. But just see the people's faces is hilarious. Yeah, I gotta get my boy a ball. We're the Duffel Bag Boys, man. I gotta Duffel Bag Boys Z BOYZ, and you know, we don't bring, you know, the suitcases, only duffel bags. Well, what you can fit in a duffel bag in a road trip is good enough. Just ask Breaking Bad, baby. Duffel Bag Boys. Plus, you don't want to be carrying around all that shit anyways. You want to be able to have something light, boom, you know, got your jerseys in there, you know, you got some goodies in there, you're good, you know, fuck the suitcase shit. Suitcase shit, I mean, if you're going like Hawaii or something, but, you know, if you're just hanging out with the boys, hanging out, you know, going to a game or drinking or eating, come on, man, you can just pack simple. First pitch strike, bottom of the fourth. 2-1 game, Cardinals. 0 for 1, strikeout in the first. Eugenio Suarez. Pitches low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Come on, Suarez. So I guess I just need to talk it into existence then, you know, for the weekend, for these next 2 games. Like, what ball do I want? Goldschmidt ball? Nolan Arenado ball? Jordan Walker ball? Julio ball? Cal Raleigh ball? Eugenio Suarez ball? Kelenic ball? Ty France ball? I mean, you know, there's a lot of options there. I mean, obviously, if you're a Mariner fan, the number one is always going to be Julio. And then I guess if you're Cardinals, it's going to be Arenado or Goldschmidt, because those are both fucking Hall of Famers, you know? I mean, I would like to add an Ohtani ball to my collection. But it'd be really sweet if he just comes to the Mariners next year. 2-2 pitch. Pitch is low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, and it's crazy because I've gotten each ball differently when I've gotten the 3. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 away. Next up, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. So when I was with my dad and that ZZ Top guy had a mitt and he dropped the ball twice when he was with like 8 of his friends, I actually had to slide past the 90-year-old grandma and grandpa, and I had to pick it up off the ground with my offhand, and he body checked me from behind and made my knees bleed for like 9 innings. And all his friends clowned him. His girlfriend clowned him. The ushers came back up there and clowned him. So I was like, okay, well, as long as he's not going to, you know, be an asshole towards me. But of course, you know what he said afterwards, after he body checked me from behind? He said, bro, he's like, you pushed me from behind. I was like, bro, my knees are bleeding. I was like, dude, you dropped it twice. That's on you. And you have a mitt. I was like, your boy doesn't even have a mitt, and I got it. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And then the Julio one, that was the one when I went to the bathroom, took the picture at the top of the scenery, went to my seat 30 seconds later, it hit off the guardrail, and I got the Julio ball. And that was in the 9th. Popped up. Back on, baby! Teoscar Hernandez. Boom! Let's go! Woo! Let's go, baby! Yeah! My guy. We're tied up, baby. My guy. We're knotted up at 2. Woo! All right, Teoscar, earn that paycheck, baby. And then the third one, that was the most difficult one. That was the Aaron Judge ball. And with that one, I'm always usually sitting, the first one I was sitting 3 in. The Julio ball, I was on the aisle on the right-hand side at the very last seat. Big swing and a miss. And then with the Aaron Judge, I was in dead middle behind the Yankee dugout, maybe about 15 rows back. And I was in like the middle seat, like 7 and 8. So, I mean, literally, if the ball didn't come right to me, there's no way I get the fucking ball. And there was only one ball that was in that area the whole game, right? And Preston's on one side with a mitt. The girl that fucking hit me and yelled at me was in the middle, the cute blonde, right? And then me on the other side, right? And we're behind her. She's in the row in front of us. And we lean forward as we see the ball come, right? Because, I mean, if Aaron Judge is throwing a ball, right? Or if it's a foul ball, you're going to do whatever. I mean, you already know these Yankee fans, how they react on stuff like this. And that went into the air after all our hands kind of went at it at the same time. And of course, I'm going to have the best, reaction to scoop it in the air like Spider-Man. And I did, sat down. She turned around, screamed at me, look at me, slapped me in the leg. Probably could have got her and her family all kicked out. And then I had Yankee fans all around me offering me $200-300 for the ball. Said no, and didn't get those people kicked out. But just imagine if I would have did that, to them. I mean, if I did that to a female, a kid, or a dude, I would have got kicked out, But I figured, you know what? I got the ball. I don't need to talk shit. I don't, I can just, and when I get a ball, I'm a cool person. Like there was this old guy behind me and I told him I was going to get the Aaron Judge ball, showed him the picture of the Julio. When I got the ball and turned around, I let him and his wife look at the ball because I could tell that they've never had a ball like in their presence before. And these guys were like 90. You know what I mean? The guy was more excited than me. He's like, dude, you're a time traveler. How the hell did you get that Aaron Judge ball when, like, you told me before the game started? Like, I've never seen a guy so happy in my life. And, I let him take a picture. Him and his wife got to look at it. And then I had this other guy next to me, him and his buddy. It was like these younger fans. And I let them take pictures and look at the ball. You got to be careful, though, because if you end up doing that and then one of them runs away, and then you're going to be chasing some guy. So you have to make sure you know who your surroundings are. But I try to be able to soak the moment in with other people because, like I said, I mean, how often are you actually going to get a ball at a game, let alone something from Aaron Judge? Pretty fucking incredible. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out. It's okay, Kellenick. At least we tied it up 2-2, baby. Let's go to the top of the fifth. Yeah, but I want a souvenir, you know what I mean? Like I want to get a ball for my boy, even if it's just a ball, thrown up into the crowd like a JP Crawford after the inning ends, something like that. And then I guess for me, I would probably try to get a Goldschmidt or Arenado ball because I think I want a Hall of Fame player ball, which would be pretty sweet. I mean, I would take like a Jordan Walker, like an up-and-coming player, too, but I guess it really depends. Normally right-handed batters. So like Walker and Arenado would be a better chance than Goldschmidt because for him to be left and hit it to first base, it would have to be like perfectly hit. Most of the lefties are going to go towards third base. So Tatis got a single. Nice. Get a Wong ball. Shit, dude, honestly, even if we got a Wong ball, I mean, a ball is a ball, dude. Like, I don't think people realize how hard it is actually to get souvenirs at baseball games. It's difficult, you have to have a little bit of luck, but you also have to know what you're doing too. And that means not, being too fucked up and not on your phone. All right, next up for the Cardinals in the top of the fifth. Center fielder 0-for-1, Lars Nootbaar. Batting second, 1-for-1. 2 RBIs, the man that made it happen with the stand-up double, right fielder Jordan Walker. And batting third, 0-for-1, shortstop Tommy Edman. Pitch right down the middle, 0-1 count. And I haven't seen the Angels in person to see like Trout or Ohtani. Obviously, being able to try to get a ball of them would be fantastic. Pete Alonso, that would be another one. Feel like Alonso could have a pretty big year this year. Yeah, but usually I go to Yankee games with Preston just because Giancarlo Stanton was, on the Marlins. Mike Stanton from his old name. And usually when we go see the Yankees, it ends up being pretty epic. What a sliding catch by Teoscar. Wow. One away. Unbelievable. Teoscar. Nice job. What defense? One away. Woo! Nice God. Let's go, baby. Next up, right fielder Jordan Walker, who I like. Stud player. Could be a guy that turns into an all-star type player. Lots of upside with him. Lots of potential. Pitches low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Like I could see myself getting a Jordan Walker ball. He's new, kind of like that Julio vibe. He's a right-handed hitter. He does go foul and hit, check swings, and he does, fight off pitches. So that could definitely be an opportunity, like right there, right off to first base. So I'd be happy with a Jordan Walker ball. Carlos in the building. What to do?
It's just a little bit harder. He took your curveball into right center field, and this is a pitch, that slider, that he's really been working on. Right now, it's not a swing and miss pitch. They would like it.
Kirby, 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Sit him down. Nice job, George. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Next up for the Cardinals, shortstop, Tommy Edman. And I'm happy that the game is 2-2. It's not too crazy. Like the pitching's absolutely terrible where the game's, 5-4 or 5-5. The pitching has been pretty good, but there has been some good hitting, some home runs, still exciting. Tomorrow's game will be a little bit more tighter with Luis Castillo on the mound. We're going to try to go for the shutout, try to win like a 1-0 game, something like that. Of course, I would love to have more runs, like a 4-0 win or, 4-1 or 3-1 type of thing. And then the game after that would have been Robbie Ray that we would have had, but he's injured, so it'll be Flexen. And he's our worst pitcher. He's like probably our 6th, but he's, forced into the rotation now because Robbie Ray is hurt. And he's terrible. So there'll be a lot of opportunities for souvenirs, I think, in that second game for me. Lots of foul balls in that second game. 0-2 pitch. Pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But even with Luis pitching, with an ERA like with under a 1, there's probably going to be quite a few hitters that are going to be able to foul off and fight with him. So there'll be some opportunities for sure. I'm ready for the food and the room and the games, man. Kirby, dribbler, underhand throw. Bang, got him. Nice job, George. I love you, buddy. Mariners with 4 hits, Cardinals with 2. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th.
Actually, no, Justine. My famous 2 tacos are still just 99 cents when you order on the Jack app or online. Could you press 6, please? I'm going up. Get my famous 2 tacos for just 99 cents. Only on the Jack app or online.
Healing is happening right now. Down the street and around the corner. Because for 140 years, Multicare has been in Washington State. Investing in care beyond hospital walls.
All right, we're going to the bottom of the 5th.
Expanding healthcare access to those who need it most.
Leading off for the Mariners, 0 for 1 with a K, Tom Murphy.
Because healthy communities need more.
Batting second, 0 for 1, Jose Caballero. And batting third, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Let's go. I got to move this file up, move this one down. All right, baby, let's go. Got to find a way. Don't have a whole lot of confidence here. Jose, he's actually shown some flashes, and he's confident, which I like. So it's going to be better than Colton Wong. And I like JP on defense. We just need a little bit more offense from him. Let's go, baby. First pitch is wide. 1 ball, no strikes. Come on, Tom. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second. Batting .083, kind of like a Colton Wong. At some point, I would assume that they'll, well, I guess we can't really have him at the DH spot and replace him with Raleigh, and Raleigh's thumb is all fucked up. So, but hopefully I'll get to see Cal Raleigh in the 2 games for Castillo and for Flexen, either at DH or at catcher. Matz with 6 Ks. Wow, crushed the shit out of that one, Tom. Foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 5th, we're knotted up at 2. How many pitches is he in? 72 pitches for Matz. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out. Come on, Jose. Bottom of the 5th, knotted up at 2. Matt 74 pitches in. 0-1 pitch to Caballero. Why would you bunt there? 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes. Come on, Jose.
Just a tough pitch. It was a changeup that started at the middle of the zone and dropped out of it. Good decision, though. Good idea. I mean, even though
0-2 pitch. Pitch is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Come on, Jose. You know, in the first game that he played in, his first 3 at-bats went all the way to the warning track. All of them were caught, but I don't think I've ever seen a player that in his first game, you know, that connected with such power, you know, 3 times in a row. Yeah, he didn't get a base hit, you know, in those first 3 at-bats, but I mean, how many guys you see go all the way to the fence or all the way to the, you know, the back of the warning track or the wall and 3 consecutive at-bats? Jose, another deep hit for him. He's connecting for good power, but we just need those to drop, though. 2 away. But, I mean, at least it's going to be a better opportunity than Wong, because Wong can't even hit. So I'll take a long-distance fly out, and eventually one of those will drop instead of a Colton Wong strikeout, pop out, ground out, or strikeout looking. 2 away. Bottom of the 5th, we're tied at 2. Next up is shortstop J.P. Crawford. I imagine me and JP will see each other at the game, and he'll see your boy with the Seattle Mariner chain and the do-rag, and he'll be like, I'm going to get a ball to that guy. So I imagine I'll have a good chance to get one from him tomorrow or Sunday. Popped up. Very quick. End of the 5th inning. Still knotted up at 2. Let's go to the top of the 6th.
Mark and Sam both have home insurance. Mark has home insurance through Hippo.
How's Young Kim?
Smart monitoring system that notifies you when it detects suspicious movement. So Mark gets to continue his win streak on his massive TUE. Sam doesn't have home insurance through Hippo, so he's left wondering where.
All right, let's go to the top of the 6th inning.
Stay ahead of trouble with home insurance through Hippo.
Due up for the Cardinals.
Smart home sensors.
0 for 2, second baseman, Brendan Donovan. 0 for 2, left fielder, Alec Burleson. And batting third, first baseman, 0 for 2 and a K, Paul Goldschmidt. So at the top of the order. It is a good game. I'm glad that, you know, Like if this was a game that I would have went to, I mean, it's not high scoring. It's competitive. It's not a blowout where everyone's still interested. It's, you're getting a little good pitching and you're getting a little bit of good hitting. And it's just cool to be able to see like how many Cardinal fans are going to be there. Because again, the Cardinals don't come to Seattle like ever. So anyone that's a Cardinal fan in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Canada, California, Vegas, there's going to be people that, went up for this particular series, just like, with me and Justin, because I want to see the Braves in person. I haven't seen them either. That would be another team I'd like to see, but you gotta be able to kind of go through them, Let's do it. I figured baseball fans would be like NFL fans, right? NFL fans support. Is that what it is? Baseball fans and NBA fans and other fans other than football, the support's not there? Is that how it goes? Popped up? Oh. Almost went into the wall.
Rookie move here in the booth because I couldn't see what happened and I didn't bother to look at my television screen to figure out what happened in the corner because I'm blinded.
Top of the sixth, 2-2. We're what, hour and 26 minutes in?
Now that I can see the monitor. Standing up nearly fell out of the
1-2 pitch to Donovan. Got him. Sit down. There we go, baby. Next up, left fielder Alec Burleson. Nice job, George. Holding it down, baby.
This is going to rise up above my hands. No, it's not. It's just going to run. Great pitch.
7 Ks for Matz, 5 for Kirby. Nice. What a good game. 1-0 pitch to Alec. Pitch is wild. 2 balls, no strikes. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nice job, George. Keep it moving, baby.
Couple home runs. I mean, that's respectable at this point of the season. But he's got a huge and powerful
2-1 pitch. Pitch is low. 3 balls, 1 strike.
right. So he's looking to do damage anytime he takes the bat off the shoulder.
Chopper. Right up the middle. Nice single there for Alec. Burleson to first. Next up, first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. That was a nice infield single there for Burleson. All right, we got to limit the damage here. Shohei, 11. Nice. He's phenom. He's fantastic. All right, here's Goldie. Takes a strike.
Grinding out at bats, grinding out wins. Just indicative of the kind of players and the kind of team it is.
Paul Goldschmidt baseball in my collection. That would be nice. I don't know if, which one I would want more, Goldschmidt or Arenado. They're both Hall of Famers. Maybe Arenado because he plays so awesome defense at third, and I like defense. No slight to Goldschmidt. I mean, that would be awesome as well. But
To be happy. There's the pepper grinder, by the way. But your eyes are more effective if you're happy. So he like reads or he listens to things that
1-1 pitch. Goldschmidt connects to Julio. There we go. 2 away. Good defense, Julio.
Yes, happy to ask me how I know this. Oh, I should have said what you asked. Because
Next up, third baseman Nolan Arenado.
when he was with the Arizona Diamondbacks,
Does he? Nice.
But in his research for Paul Goldschmidt, he found out that he does this. And
Who do you got on the mound for the Padres?
better if you are happy. And so he always wants
Oh, it's 2-0. You're still playing Arizona?
to read something happy.
Like I was telling people, like when I do Dodger games, and they're like, "Oh, the Dodgers are playing Arizona, easy win," but it's not. Like Arizona is kind of one of those sneaky teams that if you take them for granted, they'll beat the shit out of you. Like you just, they might not be the best, but they're definitely not the worst. They're not the Oakland A's, and even though you look at their roster and you're like not impressed, you look at the names, like who are these guys? But sometimes those like no-name players, they just have a nice game together, and they maybe just take advantage of the overconfidence of the other team that normally is better, and then they end up getting racking up W's, man.
You see that curveball, and then as we've seen, he's coming back and striking out so many of these guys. Just that 94, that 96.
Pitch in the zone, but not called strike. How is that guy not going to call that? That was in the zone, and he calls it a ball. Completely terrible. 2 balls, 1 strike.
His 93, 94 mile-an-hour fastball is just that much more effective after you see that curveball. Even if that curveball doesn't land in the strike zone, it's still effective.
Come on, George. 2-1 pitch. Check swing. 3 balls, 1 strike to Arenado.
Brunson leads it first. 3-1 pitch.
3-1 pitch. Dribbler towards third. Fair. Got him. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th.
Dr. Mehta knows pain. Oftentimes, I see patients with pain in their knees, their hips, their back, and it's actually coming from their feet. Her suggestion? This is easy as going into a Good Feet store. Come in for your free arch support fitting.
Look, you are looking better than ever. You made yourself a priority by adding priority boarding. You're twice the card you were after adding 2 times the miles on gas, rideshare, and streaming services. And the $99 companion plan to Anywhere Alaska Airlines flight. Gorgeous. Are you ready? Okay. Is that too much?
Meantime, it's Melts time. It's cheese that's so crispy. Loaded with condiments and just $6.99. Enough for 2, price for 1. Pizza Hut Melts, just $6.99.
Still early. There's no reason to freak out in April or May. Sometimes it takes a couple months. Once the weather warms up in June, things will turn around. All right, we're going to the top of the 7th, knotted up at 2. Next up for the Mariners, 1 for 2, Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, 0 for 2, first baseman Ty France. And batting third, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, Julio. We need you.
What would you do with extra cash? The Department of Revenue returns missing money to Washingtonians.
Yeah, shitty pitching, hitting not being as good as it could be, having a tough schedule. It happens. Both of our teams are better than the records that we display. We're both better than 8-11. But when pitching sucks and you can't get home runs or timely hits, shit happens. You got to think the Dodgers aren't good. The Cardinals aren't good. The Mariners aren't good. Houston's not good. There's a lot of teams that were good last year that really aren't that good this year. I mean, it's like Tampa Bay Rays, Atlanta Braves, Milwaukee Brewers. I guarantee no one on fucking planet Earth thought those 3 teams. If you said Atlanta, of course, that's an option. They're like kind of like the new face Dodgers now. But no one in their fucking goddamn right mind thought Milwaukee and Tampa would be as good as they are this early. But again, sometimes it's schedule, and sometimes it just depends on, guys being hot early, and sometimes it takes teams a little bit longer to, get into that rhythm. Bottom of the 6th, knotted up at 2. 2-1 pitch from Mats. Big swing and a miss. 2-2 count on Julio. Come on, baby. Yeah, I like Alonso. Alonso could lead the league in homers. Him or Aaron Judge. you would assume that both guys will get to 40 to 55 homers, somewhere in there. 2-2 pitch. Pitch is low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And ever since Pete has come in, to the league, or however many years back, I know he's number 1 in home runs since he, has, been in the league. He has more than even Aaron Judge in that time period. Pitch is inside. We walked him, baby. There we go. Julio to first. Right? And the thing is, just imagine if you would have said that 2 years ago. You're like, who am I? And for you to even know that stat, salute to you. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. All right, what do we need? 191 subs to get to 20K. So if anyone is not subbed, anyone can sub, like, share, anything that they can do would definitely help. Popped up. 1 away. And then maybe we can get on a little bit of a dono train at some point. We got bailed out last night by Cyberpunk, thank God. So that's nice. But I don't know. It seems like when you do NFL streams, you get a lot more support because obviously NFL is one of the biggest things. But you would think that, doing like NASCAR or NBA or baseball, that you would get people that would support as well. But it's interesting to kind of see, what kind of fan bases actually take that extra step to show love and then, what ones don't. It's very interesting. I know there's people out there that love baseball that you would think support. But we just haven't met those people yet. Next up, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Bottom of the 6th, knotted up at 2. Runner at first, 1 away. Stolen base from Julio. Yes, let's go, baby. Nice job, Julio. Julio steals second. So now we got runners in scoring position. Nice job, Julio. One 0 pitch. Pitch is inside, but called strike. 1 ball, 1 strikes. Career 30 home runs and 30 steals. Fewest games to reach all time. Trout, 146 games. Julio, 152, second place. Tatis Jr., third, 158 games. Cal Daniels, Eric Davis, and Chris Young, 174, 177, and 180. So Trout, Julio, Tatis Jr., all within 146 games to 158. Julio sitting at 2 at 152. 30 home runs, 30 steals. Well, shit, if Julio could have gotten home runs in April, he probably would have broke that record that Trout had. Only beat him by 6 games. STL in the building. How are you? 1-2 pitch. Pitch is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. .273 average, 2 home runs, 13 ribbies for Eugenio. Wow, that was a strike. Called ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count is full. Let's go, Suarez. We need you. Bottom of the 6th. We're tied at 2. Runner at second. Julio stole second just a few minutes ago. 1 away. Count is full. Season with runners in scoring position. Julio. Eugenio. Yes, walked him. There we go. Runners at first and second. Let's go. Julio at second. Suarez at first. Next up, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Beautiful ballpark there in T-Mobile. I love being in Seattle. Like I said, there's nothing funner for me than being there or being at Autzen, for a Duck game. I mean, just the energy in the environment is just top notch. Goats, goats, goats. Where are you? Where are you?
Here's the problem right here. What's next?
I think we're gonna have to take a look for that.
Got it. What's next?
The goats would be disappointed.
Wait. Stop freaking. Wrong beat.
All right, 2 for 2, 2 runs, and an RBI for Teoscar. And Hernandez homered to center in the bottom of the 4th. So this is a good opportunity for us to be able to hopefully take the lead here.
Restore sunken slabs by calling 1-866-SLABJACK for a free estimate. The entire
All right, what other games are going on right now? We got the Diamondbacks 2, Padres 0. Elliot, I assume you're watching that. And then we got Angels 2, Royals 0. And I think we only have one other game, the ESPN Plus. That's Mets 4, Giant 0 in the top of the 5th. So what's the Padres hitting look like? I know Tatis is back, Elliot, and I know you follow them. So you got Tatis back. He's not doing too well. Soto's numbers are down. Nola's numbers are down. Ha-Seong Kim's numbers are down. It's like everyone's numbers are down. No one is really – you have like 1 or 2 guys that are really being consistent, and all the rest of like the 6 or 7 are underwhelming. And then you said the Diamondback pitcher, how many cases he got on you? Like 11? Fucking A, bro. Something's got to fucking change. Yeah, I heard about the gambling. You got to be a fucking moron to be doing that shit. But it's like, oh, Calvin Ridley suspended for a year. Hey, let's fucking bet. You know, whether you're betting at the facility on other sports other than the NFL. I mean, put this shit in someone else's name. Why are you betting? It's got your social. It's got your bank account information. As soon as you make a bet on DraftKings or on any of the other sites, your name gets flagged because you're a player. Idiot. Obviously, these people don't have good people looking out for them, or they're drunk or high or something. You know, they're smoking or they're drinking and they're, not making the proper decisions. I mean, if you're fucking sober and you're an NFL player and you're making bets, like you got to be really fucking stupid. But at least for Jamison Williams, it's only 6 games. And that was the biggest name out of all the guys that got suspended. Everyone else was, like a year long besides one other player. So, but Jamison Williams' future is bright. I mean, if you saw him, play in college and what he did in limited time last year for the Lions, he's special. That's facts. Come on, Teoscar. Bottom of the 6th. We're tied at 2. Chopper off himself. Foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Teoscar's batting .260, 4 home runs, 11 ribbies. But at one point, he was batting like .90, so under 100. So it's nice for him to kind of get into a rhythm. We got runners at first and second, 1 away. Come on, Teoscar. One, 2 pitch. Pitch is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Go, go, go. Wild pitch. Runners advance to second and third. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. There we go. Let them know. Even the little things. Liking the video, sharing the video, subbing, donating if anyone can. Jammed him foul. 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Come on, Mariners. Two pitch to Hernandez. Verhagen. Chopped foul. Count stays 2-2. Come on, Teoscar. Oh, I bet. 2-2 pitch. Chopper towards third, foul. Count stays 2-2. Come on, baby. Oh, God. Wow. Safe at first. That was like kind of like a check swing that looked like it was going foul. Runner goes to first. You could, obviously Julio at third was thinking about threatening and stealing home and then backed up. And then it was too late for them to throw to first. Now we have bases loaded. Oh, so he swung at it and then the fucking catcher lost it. I'll take that. Fucking run. And he didn't even run for the longest time there. And Julio's like, oh, you're lucky. Here we go. Bases loaded with one out. Hell yeah. I was wishing it was going to be Kelenic here, but all right, AJ, let's go. Bottom of the sixth, bases loaded. We're tied up at 2. Pollock, yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Woo! Let's go! Fuck yeah! AJ Pollock, 4-2 Mariners. Let's go. My guy. Fuck yeah. Next up, left fielder Jared Kelenic. Let's pour it on, baby. Runners at second and third, bottom of the sixth. Mariners 4, Cardinals 2. 1 away. And he went for it. Wow, his vertical was up there. Come on, Jared. Jared can get an RBI right here. I don't need him to go yard. Popped up. Fuck. Well, will this be an RBI? Tag up. Go, 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 go. Run. Yes. Teoscar. Woo. There we go. 5-2 Mariners. Woo. Hell yeah. Nice job, Jared. Deep enough to bring Teoscar home. 2 away. Next up, catcher Tom Murphy, unless they put in Cal Raleigh or someone else. There we go. And just like that, 5-2 Seattle, baby. Yeah, baby. Pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. All right, it is Tom. Tom never gets hit, so might end right here. Murphy popped up. Yep. There it goes. The damage is done. 5-2 Mariners. At the end of the 6th inning, let's go to the top of the 7th, baby.
T-Mobile knows whether you break down in the middle of nowhere or get a flat tire on an edge somewhere, people everywhere trust AAA to get them back on the road.
Hell of an inning.
T-Mobile to be their exclusive wireless partner because T-Mobile covers more highway miles with 5G than anyone. So with AAA's nationwide fleet connected on T-Mobile, the middle of nowhere is a lot closer than you think. At Batteries Plus, we power family road trips.
Due up for the Cardinals in the top of the 7th, 0 for 1 with a run. Catcher Wilson Contreras. Batting second, designated hitter 0 for 2, 2 Ks, Nolan Gorman. And batting third, 0 for 2, center fielder Lars Nootbaar.
We got it. Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com.
Attention, Medicare beneficiaries worried about COVID-19. COVID-19 tests are now covered by Medicare Part B. It's true. That's right. Just call the number on your screen and AchieveDX will ship you your rapid COVID test at no cost straight to your home. These easy-to-use FDA, EUA authorized tests will give you results.
See if they make a pitching change with George or not. 5 Ks with George. Matt's ended up having 7, so not bad based on what we ended up getting today.
785-4810. Call now.
Nice job, George. All right, they got Gott coming in.
Absolutely fantastic. I love how much we saw his slider tonight. His curveball was filthy. his two fastballs, his four-seamer and his two-seamer, running in opposite directions again. Sometimes they end up in the same spot, but it's just so confusing to opponents when they're in that batter's box. 17 to 22, first pitch strike, 77%. That's a fantastic number. 5 strikeouts, and of course, there's no walk. 1 on the entire season. The guy's so good.
Beacon Plumbing called the pin and brings on Trevor Gott to work the 7th.
Trevor Gott takes 10 and 2/3 innings, just 3 earned runs. He's got 9 strikeouts, 1 walk. So another guy that doesn't hand up a free pass.
All right, come on, Trevor.
Very often at all.
Former Brewer on the mound now for the Mariners. Nice night for Kirby. Could have been a little bit better. You know, obviously wanted trying to get to like 8 Ks, but when you end up giving up Jordan Walker RBI early, you know, probably derailed him from trying to get to 7 or 8. But 5 isn't that bad. But we got a 5-2 lead. Top of the 7th. Seattle 5, St. Louis 2. 2-0 count with Gott. Contreras, broken bat. Right to J.P. Crawford, 1 away. Next up, DH Nolan Gorman. Popped up. Eugenio Suarez, 2 away. I love it. Next up, center fielder Lars Nootbaar. Pitches outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Strike call on the corner. I'm not sure if that was. Looks like it was outside. 1 ball, 1 strike from Gott. 1-1 pitch. Nootbaar right to Ty France. 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th. That was a quick inning.
Switch and choose the phone you want, like the incredible iPhone 14 on us.
On the network worth bragging about.
Verizon.
3-0 Diamondbacks. Uh-oh. Are they up? They got runners on first and second. Oh, it's rough. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 7th. Let's see here. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 2, second baseman Jose Caballero. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K. Shortstop, J.P. Crawford. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run and a base on ball, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right, 191 subs to get to 20K. We're starting to make a little progress. And hopefully we can get a little bit of a dono train. I think this might be one of the latest times. I mean, we're almost at the 2-hour mark. Oh, J-Rod squad. Come on, Jose. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Appreciate you. 1 hour and 55 minutes in. Big swing and a miss. 0-2 count. $5 holla. Someone's got to start it. If we get it started within the first 5 or 10 minutes, it's a good sign. But when you're an hour and 55 minutes in, it definitely makes it more challenging, but you never know who's going to show up. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Someone appreciates your boy and the hard work I put in every day. Bang, bang. Thank you. Appreciate you. I mean, since this is my full-time job, no one can work for free. Thank you. $5 holla, 95 to go. Your boy doesn't want to be homeless. Chopper, right past third base and Arenado for a hit. Let's go. Nice job, Jose. Let me know what you want to see for photos for Cardinals if you want someone like old school, like Ozzie Smith or something of that nature. Maria in the building. How are you? Next up, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Oh, we got a pitching change. What do you want to see for photos? You got anyone in mind? I'll be looking for an Ozzie Smith while you wait. Since we're on commercial break. Can't go wrong with the Wizard.
Use a little help now and then. The Volkswagen Tiguan with standard from Assist. Get 4.9% APR financing for 60 months on the 2023 Tiguan S or lease one for just $279 per month. Limited inventory available.
Hey, and one more. I think we got it. Yeah, let's focus on the
$5. Let's get to a hundo.
Hey, everybody, look at the RV and smile. This is what you want for your family portrait. Good point.
Appreciate you.
With our home and auto first. Hey, team, get on in here. Team? Oh. Fun. Now everyone say 24/7 financial protection with Progressive. 24/7 financial protection with Progressive. Okay, let's get some singles in the bike.
We used to struggle with greasy messes. Now, we just free, wipe, and we're done.
With Mr. Clean Freak, conquering messes is that easy.
Nasty soap scum, we just free, wipe, done.
Clean Freak's mist is 3 times more powerful, and it works on contact. Plus, the power nozzle covers big messes and targets small ones. Ooh, that smells good. We freaked it. Yeah. Clean Freak. Just freak, wipe, done. And easy to swap refills save money in plastic.
Mariners up on the Cardinals 5-2. Hey, located in the Boxyard Complex, right next to Halfback and Steel Band's Alley.
Ozzie.
Street from T-Mobile Park is Victory Hall, Seattle's premier sports, entertainment, and private event hall, including an indoor and outdoor beer garden.
Jonathan Taylor. Okay.
Any event in Stoke.
Megan in the building. How are you? What did I tell you, though, in sports? I mean, like I said, I know sports. I know how sports works. I told you, they won the first game when they shouldn't have. And 90% of the time when you win the first game and you play a quality team, you don't win the second game, even though they got up 2-0. I've watched enough sports to know, even if it's hockey or, a sport that I'm not watching every game, it seems like history tends to repeat itself no matter if it's hockey, NBA, NFL, or MLB. So I told you before the game started exactly what was going to happen. I mean, you can have like wishful thinking and it looks like, magic is going to happen, but you always have to be able to back it up and think, all right, we got to crawl before we walk. As much as everyone wants a championship right away and wants, the accolades, if you're, brand new to it, you can't assume that you're going to go all the way in that first year or second year. I mean, every once in a while, you'll get like a Cinderella story, but 90% of the time, you're going to hit a wall against a team that's better than you at some point. But then they come back to Seattle, obviously, and I'll be there for the Mariners, and obviously they'll be doing their games here in Seattle, so Seattle will be popping this weekend. Just the way that the psychology in sports goes. It's very, very difficult, to be the underdog and then to win 2 games on the road, against a quality team that won the Stanley Cup last year, and then just thinking that you're going to go home and then just like sweep them. I know sometimes we think that could happen, But if you've watched sports long enough, you tend to see the patterns repeat themselves. Bottom of the 7th, Mariners 5, Cardinals 2. Runner at first. 1-2 pitch. But there is still a chance that Seattle could get past Colorado. It's going to be really hard, but, they are a good team, and I know a lot of people are rooting for them. But, again, sometimes you just got to crawl before you walk. I mean, hell, just getting to the fucking playoffs was a big accomplishment. There's not a lot of teams that are expansion and they can go into the playoffs in their second or third year. Very impressed. But just like the Mariners last year with Julio, it's like, oh my God, we beat the Blue Jays. But it's like you can't be like, oh, we're going to go to the World Series and win it all. You knew that wasn't going to happen, especially when you ended up going against the Astros. We got our ass kicked. We were close. We battled. We could have won maybe some games in that series, and then the Astros ended up going all the way. So, sometimes that's that harsh reality. You want that Cinderella story to be your team, but a lot of times it's just not meant to be right away. You got to lose before you win. Walked them. I'll get you some Jonathan Taylor at the break here. Nice job, JP. All right, here we go, baby. Next up, Julio Rodriguez. Come on, Julio. Bottom of the 7th, Mariners up 5-2. Runners at first and second. No outs. 1 for 2 today with a run and a base on ball. Julio Rodriguez. Come on, J-Rod. Let's go, baby. Pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, we're trying to win 2 out of 3. We got Luis Castillo tomorrow, and then on Sunday we have Flexen. So chances are for sure we're more than likely losing that game. 1 away. Runners at first and third. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. And I can't wait. Can't wait to be in Seattle tomorrow and Sunday for both of these. I'll try to take as many pictures as I can. Maybe I'll go live. I don't want to be that guy that goes live when I'm at the game, though, drunk or not. I probably, I'm going to try to get memorabilia. So I'm not going to, my buddy will be probably faded, but I'll probably try to, really make an effort to try to get the memorabilia. Chopper, double play. God, Ty, another hit into a double play twice. Come on, France. Runners stranded, but at least we're still up by 3. End of the 7th inning, Seattle 5, Cardinals 2.
Actually, no, Justine. My famous two tacos are still just 99 cents when you order on the Jack app or online. Could you press 6, please? I'm going up. Get my famous two tacos for just 99 cents, only on the Jack app or online.
Try to hit you with a few Jonathan Taylor photos for your dono, since you're a Cardinal fan and a Colt fan. Let me take the Cardinal logo down. Yeah, hopefully he'll be back to what he was prior to last year when he was the best back. Shit, I'll even hit you with a Wisconsin photo, a throwback.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading.
Appreciate your support.
You'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts,
Hit you with one more.
No readers.
Appreciate you. All right, let's go to the top of the 8th.
My $6.99 popcorn chicken is back, only at Jack in the Box.
Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. The Mariners now share a bit of baseball history with the Tampa Bay Rays. Going to tell you a little bit about that. It's the Rays getting multiple home runs today, and with that, they have now homered in the first.
Next up for the Cardinals, 1 for 2, 2 RBIs and a K. Right fielder Jordan Walker. Batting second, shortstop Tommy Edman. And batting third, second baseman Brendan Donovan. What's up, Odin son? How are you, bro? What's the new OBJ stuff that they're talking about? Something newer from the stuff that they were talking about earlier today? What's the new stuff that they're talking about OBJ? Like what, the deal didn't go through with the Ravens or whatever? The Ravens are fucking stupid to try to offer someone like OBJ that's already coming off knee surgery, and then you're trying to pay the guy almost like 18, 19, 20 million dollars. Like, what do you think you're going to get? You think you're going to get like, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, prime OBJ? 18 million? Are you crazy? But I guess if they want to be able to put butts in the seats, I guess. Oh, he's got a new thing, assault. I don't know. I heard some stuff earlier today, but what is it? What are they saying on the internet, the interwebs? What are they saying on the news flash for him? Assault against who? A man, a woman, his girlfriend, a random person, a fan? Like, what are we talking about? What kind of assault is OBJ accused of? Pitches outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. How are you, Odin son? I missed you, brother. 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Sit down. Next up, shortstop, Tommy Edman. Nice job, Topa.
6 inches, and this one, Walker knows that he's got to swing at that pitch. He just can't hold up the swing. He's got a big, strong swing. That is a big, strong man, and he just can't put the brakes on it to be able to hold and allow that ball to travel to make contact.
Chopper, right to him, baby. Good awareness, Topa. Underhand, 2 away. Great job, Topa. Woo! Wow, they're ripping India. I'm sorry, bro. Like I said, another team that's struggling too. Like I said, if you actually go and look like at the standings and you're actually looking at like the teams right now, like there's so many teams that, it's like Tampa Bay's doing good, the Orioles, but they were kind of up and coming. You could tell with some of their players, right? But then it's like the Yankees are, on 4th place, right? So you're like, okay. Texas Rangers are in 1st. Astros, Angels, Mariners in 4th. Braves being in the top of the division with the Mets in 2nd doesn't surprise anyone, but the Phillies are in 4th. That might be a little surprising. Brewers and Pirates 1st and 2nd. Cubs, Cardinals, and Reds after them. I don't know about if people thought that the Cardinals would be 4th at this point. And then the Diamondbacks in 1st place over the Padres, Dodgers in that division in the West. So, lots of, craziness. But again, remember, it's April. It's not, June yet. So a lot of upsets and a lot of crazy shit will happen in April and May. But again, a lot of teams are going to be able to rebound. Like Yankees will get better, right? You already know that's going to happen. You would assume the Mariners and the Astros will get better. Hopefully the Cardinals get better. The Phillies get better at some point. Cardinals get better, we hope. Dodgers and Padres get better, but, Got him! Woo! Sit down. I told you, bro. We're trying to win 2 out of 3. I don't think anyone's going to sweep, but tomorrow I highly doubt we're losing with Castillo. He's our number 1 guy. He rips up anybody from any team. He's trying to win the Cy Young this year. So if you guys beat us tomorrow, I would be impressed. And if you win tomorrow, you're going to win the next day because Flexen's garbage. So, but I'm looking to get the souvenirs when I go.
At 2 a.m. Oof, that's still on you. Don't miss the $56,000.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Seattle. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. So 12 hours from now, I'll be leaving in the morning. We're going to go eat. I can check into the hotel at like 4, but we're going to go get the Nashville hot chicken and, just probably sightsee a little bit and, and then we'll get into the room. relax for a little bit. And then I think the first game that we're going to starts at like 7. So we'll probably get like 2 hours in the room to like relax and pregame and whatnot if my buddy wants to drink and do all that. And then we'll go to the game. It'll get over, probably like around 9, 10 o'clock. Go back to the room, hang out, chill. And then the next game, we'll eat breakfast and all that pregame. And then the next game is on at 1. On the next day on Sunday, it'll get over around 3 or 4. Then we'll go back and maybe go eat and go, sightsee or just do whatever the fuck we want. And then we'll leave Monday morning. And then I'll stream Monday evening when I get back. So. But I'm excited. I just got to figure out which baseball I want to get. I mean, I've already got the Julio. So we just got to figure out what are we going for? Are we going for a Cardinal player, maybe an Arenado ball, maybe a Goldschmidt ball? I got to get my buddy a ball. Got to. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 8th. Thanks, brother. Good luck for you too, man. All right, come on, Suarez. 1-0 count. Leading off for the Mariners, third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. Pitches outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Bottom of the 8th, Mariners 5, Cardinals 2. Eugenio Suarez averaging 273, 2 dingas, 13 ribbies so far this season. Suarez ball would be dope. I wouldn't mind getting a Cal Raleigh or Suarez ball. But again, I got to try to get a ball for my friend first because he's already been to like 100 games, Dodgers and Mariners. He used to live in LA when he was a kid, and he's never gotten a ball. And here's me going to 7 games, and I've gotten 3. So I think it's time that I use my abilities and try to make sure he has a great birthday. 1 away. I mean, if I can get 1 and he can get 1, that would be fantastic, unless I get all crazy and I end up with like 3, which would be crazy, but you never know. I appreciate that. Next up, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. First pitch is high, 1 ball, no strikes. 2 for 3 with a solo home run, double, and 3 runs. He has been the man today, Teoscar Hernandez. At one point, I was like, maybe he needs to go back to the Blue Jays, but I can save that for Colton Wong going back to Milwaukee. Out of him, A.J. Pollock, and Teoscar, I already knew Teoscar was like the big name, but we definitely didn't spend enough money in the offseason. We should have gotten more players and more pitching. But I guess every fucking team that's 8-11 at this point in the season, just like the Cardinals, they're saying the same thing. You're like, what the hell did we do? We should have did more, 1-1 pitch from Stratton. Pitch is high, 2 balls, 1 strike. Come on, Teoscar. Chopped foul, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So my buddy Justin is like the most genuine, like honest, good-hearted person I think I've met in my life. Like, and that's why we're so close. And he's the only person I talk to like every day here in Oregon. Like even with Preston, I talk to him like maybe like once a week, or once every couple weeks. We're close, but I'm closer, with Justin. But it's Mariners for both of us. And both of our dads are like, have lived in LA. So both of our dads are Dodger fans. We're both Blazer fans. We're both Ducks fans. The only difference is I'm Tampa for the Buccaneers and he's Broncos. So I know that's not ideal for you since you're a Chief fan. But, he's not a douchey, Bronco fan. He's one of the ones that is, the old school Elway days and the Atwater, you know what I mean? So he's not just, hopping on a wagon. And he obviously knows with all the ridicule with bringing Russ in. But hey, at least you ended up getting Sean Payton. So even though things look terrible there, it could be worse. You could be the Cleveland Browns. Facts. Thank you, man. Well, like I said, luck is one thing, but also having the right seat, being aware, not being drunk, not being on your phone, and acting within the first half second to second, because when there's a foul ball or when there's a ball thrown up in the crowd, you literally have 1 second to act. And if you're sitting there eating out of your nacho helmet or slamming a beer, you're not getting the ball. You're just not getting it, unless you're just like incredibly lucky and you're like drunk and you just like put your cup up and it lands in it, which I have seen, things like that happen. But I mean, most of the opportunities that I get, it's like, you have to go after it. So. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. I always try to, see if I could get him, to come on and stuff. But he's always like, after he works, he likes to get stoned and just like play like MLB The Show or Madden or 2K or, Grand Theft Auto. It's something like I would probably do. You know what I mean? He watches a lot of games and whatnot too. But or if I can have him hop on, but he's kind of shy. You know what I mean? He's kind of reserved and shy, even though we were both in like sales, and that's kind of how I met him. He's got glasses. He just looks like, just like a kind of a low key, like, not like necessarily like computer nerd kind of guy, but he's like low key. But once you get a few brews in him, or if we do gummies or whatever, this like personality will come out. But it only really comes out with like me and maybe like one or two of our friends. Like he's pretty reserved and low key, but when he wants to have fun, it's just nice to be able to see him let loose. And just, know that I'm not going to judge. He's not going to judge me. I'm not going to judge him. We're just going to have fun together. And, we're going to be able to road trip and never have any problems. Like he's the type of guy where I'm like, oh, it's like you have those buddies, like you go on like a trip. You're like, oh, where is he going? He's going to the strip club. Now you got to follow him and make sure that he doesn't get kicked out. And, so I don't have to worry about, him doing something crazy, like in the middle of the game, like getting up and leaving, or all of a sudden, I think we're going back to the hotel and we're in some fucking random place. So that's always nice when you have that connection where you don't have to worry about each other. Just going to have a good time and try to get some baseballs. Pitches inside. 0-1 count. Come on, Kelenic. Bottom of the 8th, 5-2 Mariners, 2 away, runner at first. 0-1 count to Kelenic, 1 for 2, a single sac fly and 2 RBIs today. Come on, Jared. Takes a strike looking. No balls, 2 strikes. Jared is like, was that in the zone? I'm not sure. Oh, yeah? Pitches outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, every time, usually Preston wants to go to the Yankee games, and I don't mind. I can always go with Justin to the Yankees games, but the main reason we get Yankee tickets, just not only because it's the Yankees, but he's a Marlin fan, and he loves seeing Giancarlo Stanton, and obviously who doesn't like to see Judge in person, so I already know at some point or another, I'll see the Yankees. I've seen them twice in the last couple years. And each game was awesome. Oh, struck him out. Good pitch there. Jared got frustrated at that at bat. End of the 8th inning. Now we're going to the top of the 9th.
Every piece of land has a story written by those who work it. At the Cardinals.
Goats, goats, goats. Where are you? Where are you? My, how things have changed from 2022 to 2023. Leading off in the top of the 9th, left fielder, 1-for-3, Alec Burleson. Batting second, 0-for-3 with a K, Hall of Famer, Paul Goldschmidt. And batting third baseman, 1-for-3 with a run, Nolan Arenado. Yeah, but like I said, I think for foul balls, I probably will have 1 shot, in like 1 shot a game or 1 shot in 2 games. And it's like, I'm either going to get it or I'm not. And then I think as far as like baseballs being thrown in the crowd, I think I'll have a few chances, that'll be like close and stuff. But I'm not going to knock over any adults or old, OG grandmas or grandpas. Not going to fucking be Zach Hampel and steal it from the kids. You know what I mean? But I'm going to have that one opportunity where it's going to be like an opportunity for me, and it's either I'm going to make it or I'm not. But now I got to try to work extra hard, because instead of trying to get 1, I'm going to have to try to get 2. 1 for myself and then 1 for him. So, but I want to try to get him a Mariner ball. But at this point, he won't even care. You know, he won't even care who it is. It could be fucking Colton Wong. He wouldn't care. You know, if I get a ball, I get a ball. It would just be really cool if he can get it himself. But, you know, I'm going to get it for him. He's got to have a Mariner ball in the collection. Okay. Yeah, I'll be in Seattle. So like I said, I'm going to Seattle and I'll be there for Saturday, Sunday games. So I'll be at the game tomorrow night at like 7, and then the next game on Sunday like at 1, and then I'll be back. I still might, hop on my phone or whatever and whatnot. So, but yeah, hit me up at any point, bro. We get to check into the room at 4 my time, and then the first game is at 7 tomorrow. So. Top of the 9th, 5-2 Seattle. Goats, where are you? Where are you? Hopefully we get some people to show some love. Well, pitches outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Let's go Seawald. Pitch is outside, but called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Let's go, Paul. One pitch. Right down the middle. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nice job, Paul. Let's go. Chopped foul. Oh, he got it. It went fair. Nice. 1 away. Kelenic. I was not expecting that. Woo! Nice job, Jared. I thought that for sure was foul, and then it started going fair. Great job. Let's go. 1 away. Next up, first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt. Goldie. Yeah, once we get Seawald and Munoz together, because Munoz has been hurt, and that's a big problem for us too, making sure that we have our number 1 closer there, but Seawald is money. I like him. Thank you, Cyberpunk. Always coming through. You never know who's going to be able to show love and support. You just hope, you get some newbies to show love, whether it's liking, subbing, sharing, donating, commenting, hitting the like button, And, God bless Cyberpunk, because, without people like Cyberpunk or Sarah, most people would just not understand. Cyberpunk, you are the man. I appreciate you. And hopefully we can get people to kind of piggyback off of, your generosity and also showing the mad love. $95 dono, since no one else wanted to show love today besides Sarah. Appreciate you, man. It's either people recognize all the hard work and appreciation that gets put in to every stream, an hour to hour and a half prep and doing these games, or you don't. And at least we do have some people that do. So thank you. 2-2 pitch to Goldschmidt. Popped up. Thank you, man. Wish more people would be able to support, but I'm so thankful and blessed for you and for Sarah to be able to help out, man. I don't know what it is, Cyberpunk. Are just baseball fans cheap? Is that what it is? Like the NFL fans, right? They'll show love and support regardless of what channel. But if it's like baseball, people just don't want to support anyone doing baseball. Is that what it is? That people do NFL streams and they can get love there, but then you do NASCAR or basketball or baseball and they're like, fuck you. And then is that what it is? Is that what it is? Oh my gosh. 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. $95 dono. Someone loves your boy. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. $95 dono. And he did that yesterday as well to help us get out of the hole when we were sitting at, 3? And then I did 97. Popped up. There we go. 2 away. Thank you, Cyber. Appreciate you so much, man. You have no idea. I mean, Sarah had the first dono in. We didn't even get the first dono in until like 2 hours. I mean, a lot of times you try to set the tone, and if you get one within the first 5 to 10 minutes or half hour, then you can kind of pace. But I guess baseball fans don't love your boy. They don't appreciate, I guess. Julian in the building. What to do? Top of the ninth. Mariners up 5-2. 2 outs. JP Arenado threw to first. Got him, baby. Woo! End of the game. Woo, woo, woo. Let's go, JP Crawford. Let's go, baby. Oh, my. Mariners win. Mariners win. Mariners win. Let's go. God bless Cyberpunk. Let's go. What a throw by JP. All right, let's get into some like wrestling photos or whatever you want here, Cyber. Let's hang out for, I don't know, do you have to go, Cyber? Are you doing like kind of like a drive-by dono, or can you hang out for a little bit? Like I said, I'll be leaving probably around in the morning and whatnot, but I got time to hang out for a little bit. Want to make sure that I show my gratitude, and we can look up some old school wrestling photos or, you know, whatever, baseball, football, wrestling, whatever you want, brother. I appreciate you. You can hang? Awesome. Right. But if you got the same people coming back and you're getting, 30, 40, 50 people or more watching on Twitter, and then you got more people watching than in previous streams that we were doing before, where we're going to have, 10 to 80 people in the room, you would think you would have at least one person that is a new person, whether they subbed or not. You would think, at some point that, you would have someone, show some appreciation, you know what I mean? Since this is my full-time job, but, I guess everyone is different, maybe, I don't know, maybe baseball fans are cheap. Maybe the fans would like to be able to support on the NFL side, but, maybe just baseball, basketball, and NASCAR, they just don't give a fuck, What do you want to look at photo-wise, brother? I appreciate you, man. You have no idea what this means. It means a lot. I appreciate you. Oh, baby. Pollock just got the water bath, Gatorade bath. Let's go. You got some wrestlers or anything that you want to start having me look up and we can go down that route? Let me know. I mean, I just figured, after doing games for about a month, that out of all the people that have subbed, the new ones, and the people that have watched, and, we've gotten 80 to 100 people, it's like, not everyone is going to sub. Not everyone is going to like the video. Not everyone is going to come back. But when you get people that are coming back, at some point you'd think you get some people that, if they're always coming back, they can show some love. I mean, it's not going to hurt to like a video, sub to a channel, share it. And even little donos add up, even if it's $1, we know that. Ooh, Attitude Era wrestlers. Let's do that, brother. All right. Where do we want to start off at? I appreciate you, bro. All right. Where do we want to go? Attitude Era wrestlers. I mean, there's plenty I can go to. Start off with Stone Cold. Stone Cold and The Rock. And we can go down to some obscure names as well. Yeah, and with baseball games too, back in the day, Cyber, I think that, maybe, they would be like 3 hours, 3 hours and 30 minutes, 4 hours. And sometimes it'd be longer than football. But hell, a lot of these games, look at the time, bro. 2 hours and 30 minutes. I mean, these games are shorter than an NFL game. It's just the perspective. Like I said, NFL with the action, in front of you. And those usually will be 3 hours plus. So, with the pitch clock and obviously everything going on, the games have been cut back, and they're actually 30 minutes shorter or 45 minutes shorter. So it's not like we're doing games that are 3 hours or 3 hours and 30 minutes. A lot of times it's 2 hours and 30 minutes to 2 hours and 50 minutes. So
We just put on our game face and play. So get ready for whatever the next adventure holds. From the big show to the big payout.
all right. Appreciate you. Like I said, I'll message you when I'm in Seattle and whatnot. And like I said, if I end up, getting memorabilia, obviously I'll be posting it on Instagram and Twitter and the channel and whatnot. And yeah. And like I said, we'll try to get a ball tomorrow, try to get a ball on Sunday, come back Monday in the afternoon, and then we'll record Monday night. And, we'll have some stories and just kind of chill. I don't think there's going to be any necessary, we'll see what the schedule is on Monday for games, but
This spring, use a new 2023 Honda CR-V for just $329 a month, or a CR-V hybrid for $339 a month. Stop by your local Honda dealer today and drive good.
For back pain, I've always been a take.
all right, look where we want to go. We're going attitude wrestlers, huh?
Without another pill upsetting my stomach, I get powerful, effective, and safe relief.
Oh, yeah. The beer truck. Iconic moment.
Beacon Plumbing is all about the community, from the hydroplanes to helping.
Heck yeah, man. If you've never been to T-Mobile, you'll like it. Good food, good accommodations. The fans are good. Obviously, if you're an Astro fan, there's going to be people that are going to be chirping just because of what you guys did in your past. But that doesn't really matter where you go. You could go to Seattle, anywhere Houston fans go. There's going to be a little bit of ribbing. But for most of the time, you know what I mean? You're going to get good fans and you're going to get bad fans. You're going to get shit-talking fans and you're going to get nice fans. It's a little bit of everything. But I think you probably already know that, being an Astro fan. There's going to be people that aren't going to root for you, or, there's going to be people that won't give a shit about the Astros whatsoever. But obviously when the Astros and Mariners go at it, it's always fun, competitive. And you guys usually get the best end of it. But we're coming, man. We're getting better and better.
Take, you think, to dry out? You mentioned these getting low on cleats; those are soaked. Would they be ready to go tomorrow? I guess. Yeah, that should be good. Some work in there. Yeah. Clubbies will take care.
Clubbies will take care of it.
Just like the Mariners take care of the Cardinals in Game 1. As Jen mentioned, the Cardinals have lost.
It's like that photo. You can hear it with the glass breaking. What an entrance!
The Mariners finally get one. It's kind of like a Mariners win, right? They find ways to win. The other team makes mistakes, and the Mariners capitalize.
Yeah, they got that big hit though in that 16. That was huge. AJ Pollock. We're going to jump into this one, but that's something that we missed in 23.
Yes, they finally get the big hit. We'll show it to you. Our Tacoma Subaru game recap. Only had 6 hits, but they make them count. Second inning. Walker Boy, 20-year-old. This is a man-child.
20 years old. Look at that. He's in that lineup. That will not last very long. Like you said, 20 years old. He's got some guys in that lineup. He's going to continue to try and get in the middle of it. But man, he is going to be a superstar.
Wow, 2-run doubles, 2-0. But the bottom of that frame, Jared Kelly fights this one. Hooper to find some grass in center field.
Look at Jared Kelly hitting with lefties. Remember, he went to spring training. The whole idea was for him to platoon. The offense a whole lot of lefties, but he is doing damage against them this year in 23.
Yeah, bottom 4 after a double in the second. How about this one? Screamer in this weather with the roof off. Home run.
Yeah, and the back before this too. That's the pitch he's been susceptible to being fed up with the sliders. But you know what? He crosses for a double. You have to challenge him a little bit more. No one better for going to go to pitch his mistakes than Teoscar Hernandez.
Well, look at him. Number 40 gets a triangle for the first time. 6th inning. Here it is. They're loaded. Oh, excuse me. Hernandez up. He swings, misses, but a wild pitch. The second wild pitch of the inning. A couple of walks. Video breaks for Holmes. They had to cover Holmes. And now space is on deep.
Well, Cena and Stone Cold. Here we go. That's a better one than the other one. The good old days, absolutely. Thanks for sending some of those pictures when you were. Did you end up buying any figures when you were at the store, or did you end up just looking at them and just saying fuck it and not buying any of them? There was a couple little gems in there. I had the Stephanie McMahon with the belt and everything. Like I said, like if you go on eBay and you look at like belts, even for like the wrestling figures, they typically go for like $10 or $20 just for the belt. So if you get like an elite figure for 20, the belt itself is worth 10. And if there's other accessories that are in there, and then the figure itself, normally 10 or 15. So you pay $20, you get $30, $40 worth of stuff in it. Or if like you get a figure that's got 2 belts, then you already got $20 in belts and then a $20 figure. Kind of makes sense to buy it for 20 if there's $40 worth of shit in there,
2022 from the Mariners, right at bats, and we start to see that. And John was a good example of that for sure.
Yeah, maybe it started to tide turn a little bit. They start playing like we've seen them play the last couple of years. All right, on the mound tonight, getting the win, going 6 innings again is Mr. George Kirby, your local Ford dealer. Key to the game was Mr. Kirby facing these Cardinals for the very first time, and he was impressive again tonight.
He was, and going into this game, we talked about what does he do with 2 strikes. He's taking 5 strikeouts for George Kirby. There's plenty of swings and misses too. All of them except for one were swings and misses. That is key for him.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like athleticism shit talking, I'm not sure if we're ever going to see something like this ever again based off the skill set that you had. They could both be faces, cheered, both be heels, and could be insulting the audience, cheered. One guy giving the middle finger, drinking beer and saying F you to the boss. And then obviously another guy that just with the charisma and the mouthpiece, it's, both of them are just 10 out of 10. Yeah. Vince's data. So you ended up buying the Stephanie McMahon with the belt? You bought that one? Heck yeah, man. I mean, that was the thing that they had against, WCW and ECW. Undertaker, you had Mankind, Triple H, DX, but Rock and Stone Cold were instrumental for the Attitude Era. I'm not sure if we've even seen anything like this since these two, honestly, as far as like legends.
This is not a guy trying 88 to 98 and just getting soft contact. He has strikeouts when you miss stuff. When he combines the two, man, he's going to be lethal.
Yeah, he gets through 6 innings, just 86 pitches tonight. Had more in the tank, but didn't need him as the bullpen does their job. And Mr. Seawald, his 5th save and as many chances. All right, let's get to our Ford Sports Test and bring in Tom Glasgow, who we always worry about. He's going to be okay form-wise.
Awesome win for the Mariners, man. I had fun yesterday, dude. Like I said, anytime after the stream ends, just being able to chill for a little bit and obviously being able to look at some greatness like this. It's a nice kind of way to cap everything off. And I'll probably do some laundry. And my buddy just messaged me.
Also catch the Mariners taking on the Cardinals on Root Sports Plus. If you're in Washington, Oregon,
all right, what other names you got? You got anyone specific in the Attitude Era, mid-level, a jobber, any type of other that you want to see? And we can do Nation of Domination. There's all kinds of stuff that we can go into. Kind of just depends, I guess, who we want to be able to take a look at.
Seats every game. Plus, enjoy the expanded $2 to $4 value menu featuring a dozen items. See all the value options and
no problem, John. Have a good one. GG. Good luck tomorrow and Sunday. I mean, like I said, even if you guys lose to Castillo tomorrow, Flexen's pitching, and he's like 0 for 3. He's terrible. So there is a good chance that you might be able to steal one tomorrow, and then maybe even on that Sunday matchup. So.
Stick around, we got the skipper, Scott Service, coming your way on the Mariners post-game show.
Sports fans, a whole new level of gaming excitement is available now at Emerald Queen Casino. The BetMGM at EQC is open, and it's like nothing you've ever seen before. Experience over 470 sports.
Bret Hart and Stone Cold.
On the largest LED wall in the country. Every sport, every game, every live moment. All the action is here at EQC. Your home for the ultimate game.
I mean, we were at 2-2 for a good chunk of the game. We just were able to pull away. obviously there in that 6th inning, that was a big inning for us with the 3 runs.
And the Kraken are ready to answer. Root Sports is your home for live first-round coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs. From pre-game, they battle from the start to post-game,
Back to the game for this team.
and everything in between. There's nothing better than playoff hockey. The Kraken head home to Climate Pledge Arena for a Game 3 showdown with the Avs.
Buffalo Wild Wings isn't supposed to make a burger this good. Like, you might even forget we have wings good. So we threw in 6 boneless wings for $1 as a wing. Buy any burger, get 6 boneless wings for $1. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
With the Freestyle Libre 2 system, know your glucose level and where it's headed. No finger sticks needed. Manage your diabetes with more confidence. Freestyle Libre 2. Try it for free at freestylelibre.us.
My name's Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earned unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. And with no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to my business needs. What's in your wallet? Mariners postgame is brought to you by Washington's Lottery. When you play, all of Washington wins. A nice winning moment there by Pollock and the Mariners. They break their 3-game losing streak and take game 1 of the set by score 5-2. George Kirby, the win.
TNA.
He's now 8-0, but he has 5 days rest. An extra day of rest really does him really well. So 8-0 in his career. Just enough offense. They do put up 5 runs on just the 6 hits. The big inning, of course. That 6th inning where they score 3 runs on the 1 hit. Enough to make a winner out of the team. And the skipper, Scott Servers, talking about the media saying, yeah, it was offense. It was a lot of pitching playing.
The timely hitting does matter, doesn't it? And home runs. Thank you. Yeah, really well pitched game by our guys tonight. Starting obviously with George. They got a couple runs early, but he was right on it tonight. He made a really good adjustment after that inning just to get his breaking ball down in the zone. But awesome fastball command and really controlled the game. After the second inning, I thought our guys in the bullpen outstanding tonight. I think they only had 1 base runner there after that 2nd inning. Just felt like we just, shut it down and kept executing and executing.
Test, Albert, and Trish.
It's a pretty good lineup. That is a good lineup they have, and they have been hitting. So, but I said it.
That's a good one, bro.
I feel like we played that game tonight at least 7 or 8 times this year.
Prince Albert. Oh, my God.
That's what it takes.
Rest in peace, Test.
Really good pitching, outstanding defense, timely hitting, and home runs don't hurt. So I tell you, I had a nice night too. So good ball game. Nice to get back in the win column, and we send the Rock out there tomorrow and hopefully win the series. But just a clean game. That's how we're capable of playing. Really good pitching, good defense. Got a couple walks offensively, and ultimately got the big hit. So I'll take any questions.
So this is one of the more complete games you've played in terms of all the aspects of what makes you guys good. How far was it that you saw that after what you saw 3 days ago? Have a lot to come back at that kind of complete game.
Yeah, I don't think we played bad in the Milwaukee series. Just to get the big hit. Everything else takes care of itself. But I thought their bats were good tonight. We just got a key contribution from that spot in the lineup where we've been struggling a little bit. So happy for AJ. It was huge. I thought, that whole inning, even the Teo strikes out on a nasty split finger. The ball gets away from the catcher. We don't quit playing. He runs the first like he should. Julio was going to go, didn't go. It all worked out. And we got the opportunity to extend the inning and got the big swing from AJ. So, like I said, I think we played that game a bunch, but we feel different when you win it. And we feel a little bit different tonight. Like I said, we got Rock going tomorrow, so I like our chances there, obviously.
What do you make about the approach in that big inning and not letting it get too ahead of themselves and whatnot?
Well, the key was we got a couple walks.
Yeah, Trish looks good back then and even today.
It gets it going, and that's what we're capable of doing. We have to be okay taking the walk, the close 3-2 pitch, and it's not just thinking they're going to lay it in there for us. They're competing. They know we're aggressive, but we got to get back to laying off those edge pitches, and that's what we did in that inning.
Jerry's excited about a sacrifice. It's kind of like the productive at bat. Get you productive at bat.
Now you can definitely tell with certain wrestlers that have aged well, people that have, kept up working out, and, and certain people that, have aged and, haven't, kept up. Oh yeah. Back in the day. Legs.
And the result isn't what he's looking for in that at bat. He's getting off good swings. And again, played really good defense. And you guys realize the importance of that man on third, getting him in with less than 2 out. And he got it done. He should be excited about it. It's something that we need to get better at, something we've talked about, and he got it done tonight. So I'm really happy with how we played tonight, and hopefully we can take that and kind of use that as a kind of jump off from there. Let's keep rolling because this team has the ability to do that.
Yeah, they've aged well.
Love the way our guys in the bullpen through tonight. What Trevor got and Justin Topa had given.
And then obviously Stacy getting inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. It looks like she hasn't really aged that much either. And obviously she stepped away, had kids and family stuff. So.
Following Mr. Kirby there. So the bullpen was fantastic. Like, everybody's pleased with the way they won this game and how the plate discipline. You keep talking about control the zone.
Yeah.
You did that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you heard that last year in 2022 about the plate discipline, and you kind of look at that thing, okay, what does that really mean? But from a pitcher standpoint, when you're in a situation, you're facing a team that's struggling to get going as a group offensively, and all of a sudden you make that pitch out of the strike zone, and it's take, and it just puts you on the ropes, and that's exactly what happens. The only reason we talk about that big hit, the only reason why that game gets blown wide open is because of the walks and because of the fact that they are not giving up at bats. And Scott Service mentioned that as well. So huge thing moving forward.
Yeah, and hopefully, like Skip was saying, that this is a kind of a springboard to the offense, kind of get back to what we're used to seeing. Now, tomorrow, if you're the Cardinals, you say, man, tonight we heard this is tough. Only 3 hits. Right. Whole game, this is tough. Now we got our little matchup for tomorrow. We got Nicholas. They're an old, good pitcher, also last year, off to a terrible start. Then you got Castillo off to almost a historically good start. So if you're the Cardinals, how good are you feeling tonight?
Well, yeah, I mean, not so good. Right. You're going to deal with George Kirby. You've never seen him. You know he's good. You know he's a good young pitcher on the rise. You may have seen him in the playoffs if you were paying attention and you weren't.
Did they really? Don't lie. Oh my gosh. May Young. Like, who's going to buy the May Young? I mean, I imagine there's someone out there that would be like, ooh, the May Young came out.
Gets that fastball at the top of the strike zone with that arm slot, everything else. But the command has been just on point. He'll slide into a 2-0 count, and I'm watching thinking, all right, is he going to try and go to some secondary pitch? Nope, he just goes straight back to that sinker on the block. It's like, you got no chance. When you're a hitter, you see that, your shoulders just drop, and you're like, how do I do anything against this? So he's been fun to watch, and like you said, the Cardinals are sitting there right now thinking, man, it's going to get tougher tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night tomorrow, hopefully. And he's so on the edges.
Well, Nation of Domination.
The computer printout afterwards is like never in the middle. With all that second run and the preload, it's fantastic. He'll be on the mound again tomorrow for the Mariners in game 2, trying to win another game, another series. And look for Super Bowl moments from tonight's game. Tasker Hernandez, wow. We had a double, a home run, a productive strikeout. You don't often see that. Home run number 4, he gets to try it for, I believe, the first time. So
changeable heads. Did it have a separate head to change? Sometimes I'll have 2 or 3 head expressions, face expressions, and then interchangeable hands, like, a different pose, like pointing finger, or, a one that they has open hands for like body slam or whatever pose that they're doing. That's wild.
Gotta be dry. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working. Weekend cafe, it's looking good.
Wherever you go.
Oh, just the hands that were separate. That's crazy. Like, why would that be there?
There's always a fresh deal on the Subway app, like this one. 50% off? That deal's so good, we don't even need an 8-time offer to tell you about it. Wait, what? Get it before it's gone on the Subway app.
Julio Rodriguez is the 2022 American League Rookie of the Year ball player. To honor his historic season, BigTimeBats.com is proud to release the official Julio Rodriguez bat collection. The stunning full-size green barrel and silver handle chrome wood bat is limited to only 100 bats. Also available are the traditional maple wood bat and the two-tone high-gloss Extremum bat. Go to BigTimeBats.com and see the laser-engraved facsimile signature bat collection now.
Oh, train. Oh, Godfather. I got a chance to get Paisley with 2 walks today because just of what's going to be going down. So that way I feel that we can get her the proper exercise still. I'm going to miss her like crazy, though. But it'll be nice to be able to just kind of get away for a weekend.
You know, I've seen a lot of fences in my time. Offenses, defenses, and now all-city fences. You've probably seen the little all-city fence sign on a lot of fences around town. The company that stands behind that sign is celebrating 70 years in business. And you don't stick around that long unless you're doing things the right way. You'll always feel safe and secure with an all-city fence. Surround yourself with the very best. allcityfence.com.
Ooh, Papa Shango photo. So much stuff that they got away with that, you know, they wouldn't be able to do now. Ooh, look at this one. That's a cool Papa Shango one. AKA Godfather.
Final score, M's 5, Cardinals 2. Hey, it's Big Saturday coming up tomorrow, only on Root Sports, with the series tied 1 game apiece. Watch the Kraken and Avalanche square off in the first ever inning.
Kraken tomorrow in Seattle. Mariners tomorrow. It's going to be popping over there, man. It's going to be crazy. Especially if both teams win.
If you're in the rest of Idaho or Montana, you can catch the Mariners on Root Sports. Territorial and driver restrictions may apply. Get the Root Sports app to watch both games live. How about some hashtag Where I Root? Love it. Remember, send your pictures in. We'll do our best to get them on the air. Paid off for Eric, who came in from Scottsdale to surprise his brother Dan for his birthday. Happy birthday, Dan. We got kind of a birthday theme this evening. Bridget sending this one in, and that young man in the middle is officially a teenager celebrating his 13th birthday. Remember, Bridget?
Ooh, a little big boss man. I mean, we're in Attitude Era, a little bit before that. I guess it just depends on what is popping up here.
You know, as much fun as that Mariners ball game was to watch with the win over St. Louis, to me the best part came right after the game, when once again Jen Mueller's cat-like reflexes were on display as she avoided an ice bath. Now, Jen, it doesn't always work out that way, but we're glad it did for you.
Well, and Tom Murphy didn't think it was going to work out that way. He told me in the clubhouse, I thought I had you this time. No chance. Take a look. It really is playing with fire, man. Tom Murphy's got a great range on that Gatorade bath. Thankfully, it was A.J. Pollock that took the brunt of that, and there was ice all throughout the clubhouse where he had shed his jersey filled with ice. He is a big reason the Mariners won tonight, but so is George Kirby. This Cardinals team.
Oh my God, Sergeant Slaughter, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh my gosh.
Keeps him off the bases tonight.
Nasty Boys, the Mountie, the Repo Man. Oh my God, bro.
I never want to leave a slider up in the zone, so yeah, just kind of working the middle of the plate down. That's kind of my idea on the swing and miss slider. Yeah, just got away from me, but we had a good game plan today. I just didn't execute, but other ones felt pretty good. Bullet zone.
the fastball. We've talked so much about it and how well it's
The Mountie. Oh my gosh, repo man, unbelievable.
That's just the next step to taking it. Totally. Yeah, it's a big step for me. Just being able to land the slider, curveball, have them respect it from the get-go. That way it gives myself more room to expand out of the zone when I need to. So
You got anything that you want to see specifically from like 70s or 80s? Anything particular? Let me know.
yeah, I was trying to be, really spot the corners tonight. They got a good lineup, so just trying to stay in the middle as much as possible. Go in with the two seam, keep on bouncing.
Oh, maybe a little Ultimate Warrior.
Good job with the curveball tonight. Yeah, we had a good game plan. Murph did a good job tonight.
How do you approach a lineup like that? And especially at the top, you got Goldschmidt, Arenado, two MVP caliber guys, and then just keeping everything off the barrel with them in particular.
Yeah, nothing really changes. I'm gonna keep getting ahead, trying to steal first pitch strike, but just gotta be more cute with some fastballs, just really getting in on them, paint the corners, and just really make that slider, as deceptive as possible. So.
What's it like just to see, Kyle kind of fighting it here and there, has a big night, AJ comes up with a big hit, just kind of seeing the offense respond.
Yeah, it's huge.
Couple days.
Yeah, big for AJ getting that knock. Dale was swinging it well. It's nice to get some runs for it. So the guys are swinging it well. We just got to keep putting it together.
If you think back to that series against the Brewers, Seattle scored just 11
Yeah.
runs in those 3 games, 5 runs today.
What happened, Elliot?
That is an outburst.
Oh no.
Oscar Hernandez scored
The coffee table collapsed. Were you standing on it? What happened, bro? Yeah, I got to go Ultimate Warrior. That was one of my first figures that I've ever got, was like the Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior.
I always said it. I'm gonna try to do everything that I can in my power to help the team, and I got that opportunity. I just even strike out with second and third, but I got the chance to run hard and get on base.
Oh, I got an epic one. This one's dope.
And that's what I did, and AJ came through.
That was a heads-up play. At what point did you realize first base?
This is a cool Ultimate Warrior one. Look at this one.
I was really mad because I was strike out.
Oh my gosh, there we go. Hands in the air with the belt. That's a dope one.
I put my head down and just run to first.
Okay, now let's talk about that home run. That is
Oh wow.
tough thing to do. This time of year.
Is there like glass everywhere and shit, or what? You have to like do a bunch of cleanup?
Yeah, and I was hoping that one to go. I hit it pretty hard, and I knew I had a pretty good chance to go out of the park.
You had a diving catch in the 5th inning. How hard is that one to time up and track?
It was moving a lot. It was moving to my left. I ran, thinking about the ball is gonna be in my right side, but it dropped into my left. But I make a really good catch for the inning and then for the guy and on the ball.
Lastly, what kind of confidence can this win give the team? It feels like you just needed a little luck, a little fortune in these games.
Coming from a series really tough, the one that we have against Milwaukee, when things weren't going the way we wanted to go.
This is Elliot's face after the coffee table broke.
Doing the little things like I always says, and
And watching that Padres game. Tough, huh?
offensive when we need it, and that's when you get excited and you know things are going to go the right way.
We've heard it from those guys over the last week or so. They know that the talent is there. It's just a matter of putting it together. Tonight certainly feels good. And Brad, coming into tonight's game, Teoscar Hernandez, a 902 OPS against lefties. We certainly saw that tonight.
And I'm also glad, Jen, that he did not bring the trident to the interview.
Right.
Because I'm kind of worried about your safety a little bit there.
I don't know how many more things I can dodge.
Exactly, right? That thing's pretty heavy too, right?
It is. Yeah, there's some weight to it. Let's not bring that into the celebrations.
No, we don't need that. It's dangerous. All right, Jen, awesome work. Thank you very much. All right, so
that thing's not a big kid's toy plastic.
it's
That's
heavy.
big.
Yeah, it's legit. Yeah, like if you were to spear some, I don't want to,
In the sea.
right. want to give anybody any, suggestions or anything. But hey, let's go back to George Kirby. Get off the track for a second. And you wanted to talk about what he mentioned in, landing off speed, making fastball better. He's just always working on
Always. And that's been so impressive. George Kirby, obviously.
The good old days.
Last year, he got off to a good start. Then he went through a couple struggles, and then he was just lights out towards the end of the year. But you see, already in spring training, already early in his career, coming into spring training, and even now,
yeah, it served its purpose. That's crazy that it just broke all of a sudden.
He's finding ways to keep adjusting, keep getting better. That's what I love about this young pitcher and everything he's all about. It's good.
Gave the 2 runs in the second, made some adjustments.
Yeah.
Makes things up a little bit. Cardinals, no chance. 3 hits is all they got in tonight's game. The Mariners take it again by a score of 5-2. Kirby to win, just enough offense, opportunistic offense. We like to say that. A couple of walks, a couple of wild pitches, strikeout that turns into a run and a big 2-run double. And Kelly coming right behind as well. Tatum leaves the yard. So a good night for the Mariners. They take game 1, 5-2. Thanks for watching Mariners postgame presented by Emerald Green Casino. For the crew, Mr. Arvaz on Brad Adams saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 on Root Plus. Kraken on Root Sports. Big double dip again. Enjoy your evening tonight and tomorrow. Go Kraken, go Mariners. Good night.
You earn a double burger with tons of mac and cheese. Also, you're self-employed.
So this one's got Rick Rude in the back.
Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. In Chevy truck season, Northwest buyers get 0% financing trucks, make no payments for 80 days, and all Silverado 1,500 pickups, or get $22.50 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a turbo IO engine. See your Northwest Chevy dealer.
We get to be who we are. Be complicated. I'm not the news, okay? I'm the somebody. Being perfect. Do you got this thing? Being persistent. You better back up. Be you. Check it in a box. Because roles are meant to be broken.
DirecTV is a leader in sports, but Jeff doesn't have DirecTV, so he's watching baseball at his weird neighbor's house. He's all right.
I love watching the game with you.
Call 1-800-DirecTV to guarantee your price for 2 years.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. If you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you how much your case is potentially worth. So, Tom, tell the viewers watching at home who should call in right now.
Well, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault should give us a call right now. We have live agents available to answer any questions you have. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. You heard it, folks. Call now.
Attention, do you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS? If so, you may qualify for the IRS Fresh Start program, so you won't have to make any payments to the IRS. That's right, if you qualify for the IRS's Fresh Start program, you won't make any IRS payments once you are accepted. Once you are in the IRS Fresh Start program, they must stop all harassing and threatening collection activities. Call Tax Relief today now at 800-398-8182 to see if you qualify. Again, 800-398-8182.
Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by First Federal.
The Rude Awakening, yeah. Like I said, I got that comic book that's got Ravishing Rick Rude in it, the WCW comic. I got like 2 of them from back when I was a kid. And I remember him in both, in WWF and WCW. It was like Val Venus, but cooler back in the day. Like Rick Rude actually was cool and actually won stuff. So many gimmicks back then.
If you are in the rest of Idaho or Montana, you can catch the Mariners on Root Sports.
I know, I just saw like a thing that he died, his anniversary. I think it was like yesterday or the day before. Died like 22, 23 years ago.
Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. It is almost game time with the Cardinals in town. Let's send it upstairs. Say hello to Aaron Goldsmith and Angie Minton.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. Angie, the homestand got off to a fantastic start. Mariners sweeping the Rockies in 3.
Ravishing Rick Rude. The Rude Awakening.
Early on this year, they take 3 from the Mariners. They sweep the M's, and a day off yesterday certainly was nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, the sweep by the Brewers was the 3rd time this season that the Mariners have dropped 3 in a row. The good news is they've responded very well in the past. The last time they rattled off 4 straight wins. The problem has been this offense. It's been spotty at times, particularly the guys at the back end of this. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters hitting just $154 for the season.
$154 out of the 7, 8, 9 hole is terrible.
Will continue their journey against the National League, the Central in particular. The Cardinals are in town for this 3-game weekend series. And the Redbirds, man, when you think of Cardinals baseball, you think of pitching. The starting pitching in particular is struggled, but they are mashing the ball right now.
Yeah, they are mashing the ball, but to your point, their starting pitching has struggled. You look at these 2 teams, and they have the exact same record. They are 8 and 11, but their pitching staff has given up 11 games where they have given up double-digit numbers in hits, and that is second most in all of baseball. So hopefully the Mariners can keep that going. And here's something else we hope that they'll keep going. Right now, the St. Louis Cardinals have not won an opening game of the series. They're 0-6 this season in the first game of the series, 0-2 on the road.
Well, Mariners hoping that trend continues here tonight in Game 1. We go back and look at a couple of big swings for the Mariners, particularly from number 44 from Julio Rodriguez. Our Northwest Chevy Silverado drive of the game is we saw Julio take and flight against the Brewers.
Yeah, over Julio's last 7 games, he's got 4 batted balls of 110 plus miles per hour. That is tied for the Major League lead. As much as I love seeing these home runs, I really like seeing the trident at the tail end of it. And hopefully we'll see that trident. Even though it is sharp and pointy, it looks very dangerous. I hope to see that come out a lot over this series.
Yeah, they weren't messing with Julio before, and they're definitely not messing with him now. The Mariners home
So we got Ted DiBiase and Macho Man in this one. And then we got the Ultimate Warrior and Rick Rude in this one. Pretty dope. Anything else that you want to see, brother? Ooh, this is cool.
Every Sunday after the game on Root Sports.
Meet Hazel. Hazel doesn't know what she wants to be when she grows up. At age 11, her job is to play, grow, and learn. But for kids like her in the world's poorest places, poverty gets in the way. There was a time when Hazel had to trek more than 2 hours every day to collect water from a dirty river. Once, when she got a life-threatening infection and her mother had no money for a hospital, Hazel nearly died. But thanks to Child Fund supporters, Hazel...
That's cool. Rick Rude and Sting.
...clean drinking water and access to health care.
Okay, well, fucking A, man. Let's go through some of these photos. And if you think of anything right before we go through these, I'm going to probably go get a bite to eat, see what Paisley's up to, and maybe try to watch a little TV with the GF before I have to, kind of get ready for the morning. Probably need to do a little bit of laundry and wash a little bit of clothes and whatnot. And we'll go, man. Thank you so much for being the hero and the savior like you are pretty much almost every day. I appreciate you tremendously. And, down the road, hopefully from all the people that we get, maybe we can get at least a GOAT on the baseball side to be able to, help us out a little bit. And hopefully we get, because like I said, we're getting more views, we're getting subs, we're getting more people in the room. We get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, all the way up to 80 at points, But there's no Cyberpunk. That's you, man. And I appreciate you, man. Wouldn't be able to do this. And hopefully, people recognize that and, they'll try to set an example maybe after based on what they see from you. So I appreciate you tremendously.
You love. For an entirely fresh look for your home, invest in reliable James Hardy siding and save 15% plus free seamless gutters. Great financing, great installation, and service you can trust.
Yeah, but it's always best, when we can get more goats in the room just from the mods, But again, everyone's schedule is a little bit different. And I get it. Not everyone's going to like, baseball, but you can always come out and hang out. It's not like it has to be just that. So, and I appreciate you also, even when you don't show up, or if you're busy, like retweeting and helping me out on the Twitter side, like with Sarah Jameson usually does that as well. It means a lot, you know what I mean? Just to try to get it out there. I mean, it doesn't matter how many, followers each individual has. It's just the fact that someone is trying to help, it's like there's other people that aren't doing that. And, as far as how things have been going this year, little things like that, I notice everything. So I really do appreciate everything that you do, whether it's, sharing, retweeting on the Twitter, coming in and saving the day when things could have, been horrible, and you actually, made it a more than successful day, just by yourself. And I appreciate that. I mean, I want to continue to do this full time. And it's not like I need a whole lot to be able, I just need to be able to pay my rent, pay my bills, and, and go that particular route. But again, if some people aren't showing up, then it definitely makes it a little bit more difficult. So I appreciate you, man. You are the fucking best, dude. Thank you so much. I'm going to spend some time with Paisley. I'll message you when I'm in Seattle and whatnot. And like I said, I might be live in the room, or, at some point when I go eat, or, I'll be doing some stuff on social media. If I see anything cool wrestling wise or anything crazy, I'll definitely be messaging a few of y'all. And I appreciate you so much, dude. Thank you so much for supporting, not giving up on me. And I really do appreciate the times where we can, look at some old school stuff like this. I don't get to do this with too many people, and it's just nice, after an event to be able to kind of reflect on the good old days in the 80s and the 90s, and definitely makes, me have a great night at the end of the night. So thank you so much for all you do for the channel. I appreciate you, and I'll be messaging tomorrow, obviously, or on Sunday if I have anything to share. So I appreciate you. Love you. For all the people that donated, all the people that commented, liked, shared. Thank you. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.